who are looking at multiplying the profit in your business. And I really mean it. Yeah. Multiplying the profit in your business, type MPP in the chat box. Multiplication of profit. Type MPP in the chat box. Excellent. Excellent. And this, for you to learn, you don't have to wait till tomorrow. You are going to learn this today. And in within next 3 hours, you are going to tell me how much of profit you can grow. You will tell, you will calculate on your own. Either you would have saved few lakhs or few crores, or you think you can add few lakhs and few crores. Yes. And how many of you want to do all of this while building powerful magnetic jewelry brand? Type brand in the chat box. Yes. If you are here who does not want to just run the business, I don't care whether you are a retailer or a manufacturer or a boutique player or an online player. Do you want to build a brand? Yes. If you want to build a brand, type brand in the chat box. Beautiful. Beautiful. So this is exactly what we are going to do. But before we get started, I want to thank all our spiritual master, all our gurus, all our mentor, all our teachers, all our parents, because without their blessing, I wouldn't be here and you wouldn't be there. So with a deep sense of gratitude, I want to invoke their presence. Because of their blessing, we are able to do all of this. Second, I want to thank you. You know why? Because you investing in your time talks about the volume, about how serious and committed you are when it comes to growing your jewelry business. And third, I want to thank you once again because you are all allowing me to play a role of a catalyst or a navigator, at least today and tomorrow, in this growth journey. So, once again, I want to welcome you from the bottom of my heart to this hyperscale, which is one of the most leading community of jewelers in the country. These 2 days will be power packed. I'm joining from my lovely office in Koregaon Park in Pune. And these 2 days are going to be super duper power packed days wherein you will be full of lot of insights, lot of revelation, lot of activity, lot of reflection. It is not going to be just another workshop or just another webinar. And you will see that in action today. The question is, are you ready for that? Yeah. The question is, are you ready for that? If you are ready for that, type ready in the chat box. Yes. Type ready in the chat box. Excellent. I'm going to ask you a very funny question. How many of you like to drink chai? Yes, tea. कितने लोगों को अच्छा लगता है चाय पीना? Type T for chai. Yeah. If you like drinking tea, type T in the chat box. Okay, good. And how many of you, let's say if you are drinking tea in this, how many of you like to drink coffee? Yes, type C in the chat box. C for coffee. Hmm. And how many of you like to drink hot chocolate? Type HC in the chat box. Type HC in the chat box. Okay. Tell me what is the common thing between this tea, coffee, and hot chocolate when we are drinking in this? What is the most common thing? What is the most common thing? Mainly hot. Somebody said mug, yeah? Mug, cup, yes? Absolutely right. Mug or cup. Mug or cup. That is a common thing. Now, here is a question. What you are drinking is not outside the cup, it is inside the cup. But what holds it is the cup. In the same way, what you are going to learn today and tomorrow is inside the cup. But what holds the cup? How many of you would like to know what holds the cup? And how many of you would like to know how to get 10x mileage from these 2 days of jewelry business bootcamp? How to get, why it happens? Some people join so many workshops, nothing changes. Their bank balance doesn't change. And some of you, you join one and everything changes from that day. Life before that, life after that. So how many of you would want to know what are the three things which hold this cup together? Yes, type me in the chat box. Because the cup can have cracks. The cup can have a lot of cracks and whatever you are drinking will keep coming out. For example, if I were to ask you what is your intention, I really believe in the power of intention. आप क्यों आए हो यहाँ पे? Why are you here? What is your one word intention? I will also tell you what is my one word intention. But I want to know from you, why are you here? I want you to type that in the chat box. What is your one word intention? I want you to all type that in the chat box. Growth, learn, scale, success, grow, take my sales to next level. Ritik, okay, very good. Profitability, growth, scale, expansion. Loving the chat box, guys. It's bustling. Rotation, yes, stock rotation, inventory rotation, cash rotations, growth, margins, clarity, hyperscale. Beautiful, beautiful. Profit growth. Excellent. That is your intention. Can I share what is my one word intention? My one word intention for all of you, as I was walking into my chamber today and I was doing my regular ritual and prayer, I said, Lord, give me those set of jewelers wherein everything what I have learned in last 25 years of my entrepreneurial journey of building three different businesses, scaling each to 100 crores and last one scaling to 1200 crores. Whatever I learned and having mentored, coach and trained more than 1200 jewelers in the country, let this wisdom reach to right kind of people so that they can create impact. So my one word intention for all of you is impact. Yes. So impact. This is what holds the cup together. Yes. Impact. Intention. What is the second word? Intensity. My spiritual master, Mahatria, he says, when the source, in this case me, and the object, in this case you, meet with an intensity, transformation happens. Transformation happens. Otherwise, if you are sitting it just like, chalo dekhte hai, kuch naya hai kya, let me see this, you know, it is not for you. In that case, you can actually leave this boot camp because it is all about your intensity that is going to make all the difference. So can I have 100% commitment from you? Yes, that you will be sitting with a lot of intensity. Yes. Can I have this from you? Beautiful. Type yes in the chat box. The third thing, what it holds together is very, very important. What I'm going to share with you. Because how many of you realize learning requires energy? How many of you realize building business like jewelry business requires a lot of energy? You are the leader. आप founder हो, आप मालिक हो, आप business owner हो, आप leader हो. Your energy has to be highest. You cannot get trained. Your team has to draw energy from you. You cannot be drawing the energy from your team. And same is the case with learning also. So can I have commitment from you also that your energy will be, you will keep your energy super high? Yes. First word is intention. Second word is intensity. Third word is energy. And the last and the fourth one, if you take care of this, then there are no cracks in your cup. And whatever you will learn today, tomorrow, systems, tool tracker, footfall kaise badhana hai, how to increase, we are going to discuss a lot of those things. You will have enough bulb on today. But if you have your cup, which is full of cracks, nothing will work. So ensure your intention is right. Why are you here? आप क्यों आए हो यहाँ पे? You are sitting with solid intensity. Your energy levels are super high. And most importantly, for this chemistry to work, your energy and my energy, both are important. Yes. So can I have some pact between both of us? Can I share some ground rules? How to get the best out of this journey? Yes. Here you go. Because it's always about the rules. What puts anything together, right? Even at your work. But before that, if I were to ask you, where are you all joining from? I want to know from all you all. I want you to type which city are you joining from? I want you to type कौन सी सिटी से आप ज्वाइन कर रहे हो? Which city are you joining from? I want to read that. Yes, type just your city name. कहाँ से join कर रहे हो आप? Yes, just type your city name. Okay. Ritik from New Delhi, Samyak Delhi, Reena Delhi, Hyderabad, Indore, Mumbai, Delhi, Chennai, Patna, Shillong, Bangalore, Madurai, Pune, Mumbai, Hyderabad, Calcutta, Chennai, Hyderabad, Latur, Dubai, Delhi, Surat, Bikaner, Surat, Mumbai, Kakinada, Chennai, Mumbai, Jaipur, Bangalore, Noida, Agar, Malwa, Jodhpur, Bangalore, Chennai, Malaud, Punjab, okay. Surat, Guntur in Andhra, Nagpur, Chandigarh, Jaipur, Surat. Wow, wow. We got folks joining from all over the country. City of Osho, okay, got that. Gurgaon, Delhi, Jodhpur, Hyderabad. Lot of folks from Hyderabad, Delhi. Fantastic, guys. Fantastic. I'm already loving the geographic diversity of this group. Fantastic. What I want to also know from you is in what's your category? Like as a jeweler, what category do you belong to? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw some poll so that I know what is the mix of this category. आप retailer हो तो retailer select कर लेना on your screen. On your screen. If you are a retailer, then select retailer. अगर आप manufacturer हो, then select manufacturer. Yes. If you are a boutique or a custom jewelry designer, then you select that. If you are an online jewelry player, yes, selling on Instagram, selling on your Shopify store or Wix or WooCommerce or your online store, then you select online jewelry seller. And if you are new, if you want to start something new in this space, then you select the last option. Yes. First you select that, then you can write in the chat box. Yes. First you select that, then you can write that in the chat box. Okay, okay, okay. I'm going to give you 10 more seconds. 10 more seconds. Choose what category do you really belong, because it is going to help me understand and give you the relevant examples. Okay. So we got bunch of jewelers followed by manufacturers, online sellers. Okay, nice. Very good. So we got a good mix of the audience here. Yes, we got a very good mix of audience. Last 5 seconds, guys. Yes. One, two, three, and four. Excellent. 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 Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Excellent. I'm just going to end the poll. Very good. So we got jewelers followed by manufacturer, and then we got online players and also custom jewelry manufacturer. Yes, custom jewelry manufacturer. We'll also be discussing today and tomorrow systems to automate and team management, team coordination. Delegate कैसे करते टीम को? How do you get a lot of work done? How do you make your team accountable, responsible? So I'm going to drop one more poll on your screen. I want you to select what is the size of your team. Is it 2 to 5 people? Is it 5 to 20? Is it 20 to 100, 100 to 500, or 500 to 1000 people? Yes. Whatever is the size of your team, you can just select that. What is the size of your team? Yeah. What is the total size of your team? Just quickly select that. Yeah. And tomorrow I'm also going to show you a tool which you can use, which is used in our community to manage the team. So सारी चीजें जो verbal instructions होती है, उसके जगह पे a tool is doing all the magic. Yeah, the tool is doing all the magic. Fantastic, fantastic. Yes, everyone. Last 3 seconds. One, two, three, and four. Excellent, guys. Yes. So we got we got a fair mix. A lot of you building it at stage one, stage two, and stage three. Wonderful, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So what I wanted to share with you is some of the ground rules, how we can get the best out of each other. मेरे एक mentor है, वो कहते हैं, Shripal, how you do anything is how you do everything. The way you walk, the way you talk, the way you dress up, every single thing talks about the kind of person or the kind of jeweler you are. So अगर आप यहाँ पे आए हो, it is not a coincidence. I wanted to realize this. Participate fully, be super active in chat box. When I ask you to type, type. There is a reason I am asking you to type. And is it okay? Is it okay? Do I have your permission to ask you a lot of questions? Because the more the senses are involved, it is going to be a high intensity training between today and tomorrow. Is it okay if I ask you a lot of questions? Yes? Beautiful. And I just wanted to type that in the chat box. Yes? Shripal, why? Type BDML. Yeah? Type BDML in the chat box. Yeah? Type BDML. Shripal, what is BDML? First of all, I want to tell you, मैं ये first time नहीं कर रहा हूँ. I'm not doing this for the first time. Okay. Second is there are thousands of jewelers who have gone through this journey, and there are 1200 of them who are there in our community who have taken this wisdom, implemented it in their business, and scaled it to next level. So what I'm going to teach you to today and tomorrow, ये proven है, science backed है. तो इसको क्वेश्चन मत करना. देयर आर ओनली टू वेज यू कैन लर्न. इधर यू कैन स्टडी द रूट्स और यू कैन एंजॉय द फ्रूट्स. दोनों साथ में नहीं होएगा. आई वांटेड टू एंजॉय द फ्रूट्स. हेंस BDML. श्रीपाल, व्हाट इज BDML? बिल्कुल दिमाग मत लगाना. If you got it, give me smiley in the chat box. Yeah, if you got it, give me smiley in the chat box. If you are already from our community or our reference, they would have already told you this. What is BDML? Yes. So participate fully, be super active in the chat box, take a lot of notes, क्योंकि the more notes you take, the more notes you make. Keep pen, paper, diary with you because you'll be taking a lot of notes. आप सब business के मालिक हो. एक idea, एक insight can change your entire game. There are special prizes to be won. What is the context? I will be announcing towards the end today. No question during the session. Yes, no question during the session because it breaks the flow. You know, we are absolutely in intensity. Some of you are absolutely connected. And then somebody asks the question, it just breaks the flow. But I have a surprise for you. Ask me what? Yeah. Today, after all the learning is done, we will do live Q&A as a bonus. Yes. If that's awesome, type awesome in the chat box. Yeah. Once all the learning is done, then we will do live Q&A. Then you can ask me any questions there. Yes? Beautiful. Finish what you have started. Otherwise, do not start. Sit in a distraction-free zone. This point is very important. कृपा करके हाथ जोड़ के विनंती है सबसे. If you are not serious about scaling your jewelry business, this is not for you. You can leave the boot camp. If you are here, चलो कुछ नया सीखने क्या कुछ नया कुछ कंटेंट मिलता है क्या, if you are another webinar hopper, this is not for you. This is only for those who have a lot of fire in their belly, and if you want to scale. मेरे 25 साल के entrepreneurial career में इंडिया, चाइना, यूएस, सिंगापुर, 4 countries I worked. All everything what I have done, if you drop my name in Google or Instagram or LinkedIn, I only understand one thing, which is scale. How to scale. So if this is not your core, this may not be for you. But if you are here who is looking at scaling, then you are in the best place in the whole country. Engage with lot of energy. As I told you, learning requires energy. हमारे कम्युनिटी में देयर इज अ लैंग्वेजिंग कॉल्ड एज बीओ. बीओ स्टैंड फॉर बलबॉन. तो अगर इफ आई सेड समथिंग, इफ आई से समथिंग जो आपके दिल को छू गई, आई वांट यू टू टाइप बीओ इन द चैट बॉक्स सो दैट आई अंडरस्टैंड this resonated with you, this connected with you. Yes, can I have a trial BO in the chat box, everyone, please? Yes, excellent, excellent, fantastic. And as you would have realized, this bootcamp is going to be in basic English with some Hindi. This bootcamp is going to be basic English and some Hindi, so please don't keep typing Hindi please or English please, because we have audience from all over the country. We have audience from all over the country, and some of you have joined from outside of India. Yes, some of you have joined from outside of India, so it will be English and Hindi mix. There are no recordings, no replays, because I'm doing it live. So no recordings, no replays. Yes, fantastic. And also one more very important thing. Do I have your permission? Because this is not a place, this is a place for learning. I want to maintain the sanctity and the purity of this place. So if we see anyone doing self-promotion, dropping links of their website or their own phone number, contact, WhatsApp links, or writing anything which is not in the best interest of everyone, do I have your permission to remove them? Yes. Is that cool? For the best interest of everyone? Yes. If that's okay, type okay in the chat box. Team will monitor this, and if they find it, they will just take care of it. And once removed, they can't log in again. Thank you so much, guys. And most importantly, Britishers made our learning very boring. Don't forget to have a lot of fun. Yes, we'll also be having a lot of fun. Very, very important. Learning should be having a lot of fun. And yes, towards the end of tomorrow, which is after all the learning part is done, then I will also be opening few slots for you to become a part of our proven premium community of jewelers in India called as Diamond Club, which is a mentorship program for jewelers to scale from wherever they are to their next level. No compulsion. Only if this resonates with you, only if I am able to resonate with you, only if I am able to resonate with you, my energy is able to resonate with you, and my value systems. For me, family comes first. I'm a father of two lovely daughters. For me, freedom comes second, financial freedom, time freedom. And for me, growth is one of my core values. Growth in all dimensions of life. Growth is life, rather. So if these are your right values also, or if you also resonate with this value, then you are in the right place. And is this okay? What is the offer? What is the investment? How long does it work? All of those questions I'll be answering tomorrow. Yes. And talking more about Diamond Club once all the learning is done. If that's fair, type fair in the chat box and let's get started. If that's fair, type fair in the chat box and let's get started. What do we have in store for us today? Today's day is very special. It is all about foundation, laying down the right foundation. And tomorrow we are going to get into the expansion mode. I'm going to share with you all of this. What is that we have planned for all of you? So today's day is foundation. What is the opportunity in front of jewelers? Because with the fluctuating volatile prices of gold and silver, a lot of you are questioning sometime, hey, shall I do something else? You will realize today the opportunity in front of jewelers. अगले 35 मिनट में ये सारी चीजें क्लियर हो जाएगी. Second, why most jewelers are not able to scale, having worked with thousands of jewelers, some of the smallest jewelers to some of the biggest jewelers in the country. I have worked with quite a few of them. Why they are, and I see a common pattern. I'm going to share that common pattern with you. And then we are going to do something which is going to be next level. So ensure you have pen paper with you. It's called identifying hidden profit leaks, and we will be doing an audit of your profitability in the business. Audit, live audit. Super brand formula, profit multiplication framework. What is profit multiplication framework? Today you will learn. Today you will learn what is 3R framework. And you will see it. You will calculate it live before we even conclude today. How much growth is possible? Some of you may be wondering, Shripal, for last 3 years, my profit is either same or it is going down. You will see today. I'm not going to answer it. You will answer it and you will tell me, Shripal, I think I can go by 2x. Some of you will say 3x. Some of you will say 5x. Not fiction, reality. I'm telling you, this is possible. We are going to decode this today. But it requires something. Can I ask that? I alone cannot do this. Because there are some of you who feel very good when I'm talking, but that is not my intention here. ये कोई नॉर्मल वेबिनार नहीं है जहां पे सिर्फ आए हो और मैं बात कर रहा हूं और आप सिर्फ सुन रहे हो. I want you to do with me because doing is not very comfortable. Sometime I will be asking you some tough questions today. Do you have the courage and the honesty and the willingness to go through this? Otherwise, it becomes like this. There is a crack, and whatever you keep pouring, it keeps coming down. So, do I have a commitment from you all that you will participate fully? 2 दिन मेरे को दो. अभी सब चीज करके देख लिया ना आपने. You already tried it, right? Give me 2 days, no? 3 hours each. I'm not asking too much time. Today, आज और कल, give me three hours each. उसके बाद जो आपको मन में चाहिए वो कर देना परसों से. Day after tomorrow. That's your life. You take a call. Give me these 2 days, 3 hours each, without any cards. And let's see what magic we can create it together. Are you all with me? Yes? Are you all with me? Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So this is day one. Day two is going to be all about expansion. कल सारी चीजें सीखेंगे. What kind of systems every jeweler need? Without these 4 systems, there is no jeweler in the world which can scale. फुटफॉल ग्रोथ, फुटफॉल कैसे बढ़ाए, ग्रोथ कैसे करे, सेल्स को प्रोसेस को कैसे ऑटोमेशन करे. बिकॉज सम ऑफ द क्वेश्चंस, राइट, स्पेशली इन करंट टाइम्स, ओ गोल्ड प्राइसेस आर सो हाई, सिल्वर प्राइसेस आर सो हाई, समटाइम प्राइसेस आर गोइंग अप, समटाइम प्राइसेस आर गोइंग, थोड़े रुकता है और जब प्राइसेस मार्केट स्टेबल हो जाएगा तब खरीदेंगे. तब क्या आंसर करना चाहिए? when somebody says let me think about it, what you should answer, there is a system for this. And then you are going to learn something which is going to be next level, which is profitable, scalable business model strategies to generate continuous flow of footfall, leads, inquiries, and sales. Whether you are a B2B jeweler or a B2C jeweler or a D2C jeweler, it is going to be applicable for all. And then I'm going to share, अगर आप struggle कर रहे हो today, if you are struggling with footfall, if you are struggling with traffic, if you are struggling with Shripal, I have a footfall, but my conversion is not very good. This is your answer. This is going to be your answer. I will be sharing tomorrow value ladder funnel, which every jeweler has to master. If this is broken, you will see those results in the business. They will be broken as well. And then we will look at the roadmap. You will also you will learn the roadmap, how to go from wherever you are to few crore rupees in terms of you are growing, doubling your profits on autopilot while building a brand. Yes. All I want to tell you is, before even we begin, this is not for everyone. If you are looking for some magic or quick fix, overnight success, this is not for you. But if you are committed to building a stable, profitable business, then you are in the best place. Aaj or kal, you are going to learn frameworks, and tomorrow towards the end, I will also share the roadmap, how you can 2x, minimum 2x. Some of you will do 3x, 4x, 5x, 2x your profit on that too on autopilot while building a magnetic brand. I want to know from you, on a scale of 1 to 10, how committed are you? I want you to type this in the chat box. On a scale of 1 to 10, how committed are you in the chat box? Ten. Okay, 10 lakhs. Okay. Okay. Milan got that. Okay, 10. 100. Beautiful, guys. Beautiful. Loving the answers. So let's begin. What is that? We are here and let's do justice. All I want to tell you is, आप अगर यहाँ पे आए हो, it's because you know there is more potential in your business than you are currently seeing. And today we start unlocking that Question is, are you ready? So what I'm going to do is the justice to you first, which is opportunity in front of jewelers. ये समझ लेते हैं. I told you in next 10 minutes this will be clear whether this is the right trade for me or not. Let's look at India jewelry market. This is already 2023. Now we are talking about almost $100 billion, which is almost 8 to 9 lakh crores is the size of Indian jewelry business, which includes necklace, ring, earring, bracelets, and others. India jewelry market is growing at approximately 6% CAGR. CAGR matlab compounded annualized growth rate year on year. 6%. What is interesting thing is this, look at this number. I'm talking about 28% is the kind of a growth rate India is seeing where Indian online jewelry market, since so many of you are there. For some of you, but Shripal, I am into fine jewelry. My ticket size starts from 1 lakh or 3 lakhs. For me, is online for me, 100% it is for you. We have many members in our community, in our diamond club, who wherein average size is 3.5 lakhs, 7 lakhs, 10 lakhs. But today's world, in new age of India, do you know something? Tomorrow इसके ऊपर और चर्चा करेंगे. I'm going to go deeper into this. But just to give you an idea, tomorrow you will learn what percentage of people today check jewelry online before they buy. For you, it is not going to be the same funnel. Like somebody will come, they like it, they swipe the card. No, if you are into high-end game, premium jewelry, fine jewelry, but the discovery of the product will happen online. Lead will be generated online. Closure will happen offline. How many of you have got that? Type GT in the chat box. Yeah, if you got that, type GT in the chat box. So you can't ignore. Essentially, what I'm trying to say is, online को आप ignore नहीं कर सकते हो. You can't say ये मेरे लिए नहीं है. Second, this is a very, very powerful slide. This shows comparison of global. This is global, this is US, this is China, and this is India. यहाँ पे देखो ये टोटल ऑनलाइन रिटेल है, तो यहाँ पे ऑनलाइन रिटेल में सारी चीजें आ गई. ज्वेलरी आ गई, कपड़े आ गए, एवरीथिंग, फूड, शेल्टर्स, होम केयर, पर्सनल केयर, हेल्थ एंड वेलनेस, फैशन, एपरल, ऑल एवरीथिंग इज देयर. ऑफ टोटल रिटेल के 14% रिटेल ग्लोबली इज ऑनलाइन. इन यूएस, इन अ कंट्री लाइक यूएस, out of all the retailing which happens, online retail is only 10%. Please understand this. Some of you will feel that no, this data is like 80%. No, it's only 10%. China is next level. China is at 36%, which means if 100 rupees worth of retail is happening in China, out of that 36 units or 36 rupees is retailing is happening where? Online. And India में कितना है? सिर्फ 4%. Only 4% is here. Let's look at this, which is another interesting data. It is about jewelry, our segment. Globally, total jewelry bought 7% is online. US, it is almost same 10%. Here it is also 10%. In China, though online retail is 36%, but jewelry retail is 9%. India में कितना है? Oh, 1% only. So there is a huge headroom in India for growth when it comes to online jewelry space. At least 10% potential is there. Let's look at it. As the gold prices started growing up, a lot of shift is also happening to where? Gemstones. Look at the market where it was earlier and where it is growing now. And massive growth is expected in this, especially when it comes to gemstone. This is from a very recent article in Economic Times. Who is driving the market? Top 10 player drives. But what is crazy thing in India is recently, few months back, I was giving a talk at IIJS GJC, Gemstone and Jewelry Council of India, in Elite Meet, and some of the jewelers were there, and we were discussing this, how organized and unorganized market shifted. Organized and unorganized market. Pehle, unorganized market used to contribute 80% and organized was 20%. This already has become today 35% plus. It is almost touching 40% right now. Every 5 years, if you look at in 2020, how much was it? It was only 30-70. In 2025, it is already 35% plus. And in 2030, they are saying it will cross 40%, which means where are they getting the share? From unorganized player, independent jewelers. Who are taking the shares? All of these guys. You know what is the crazy thing? If 60% of India today is organized jewelry, they buy from organized jewelry. Yes, they buy from organized jewelry. Do you know something crazy? The top 10 jewelers, they drive 90% of this. How much? 90% of this total organized market. सिर्फ top 10 players की बात कर रहा हूं मैं. So essentially what I'm saying is top 10 players drives India's 40 to 50% of jewelry market. टोटल ज्वेलर्स कितने हैं इंडिया में? 5 लाख. टॉप 10 लोग ड्राइव कितना करते? 50% सेल. दैट इज हाउ डिस्प्रोपोर्शनेटली it is skewed more towards organized jewelers, and there is shift is happening. There is no question about it. The shift is already happening because people are preferring better experiences, better systems, better technology, better retention funnel, more varieties, digital catalogs. All of this is available there. This shift is already happening. So if we are not upgrading, we are already missing the bus. And that's why we work with some jewelers, 100 years, 150 jewelers, 200 years jeweler in terms of legacy also, but still having one outlets or two outlets. And there are some jewelers, very short span of time, in 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, they are able to scale massively. Whether it is their own outlets or franchise outlets or FOCO model, COCO model, there are different structure. But essentially, what I'm trying to tell you is this is the time we need to upgrade ourselves. If we upgrade ourselves, this is one of the best industry. That is all I can tell you. It just this data talks. So it's a very interesting data. It just tells you where jewelry is celebrated more. No, undoubtedly it is south, and in that also more it is in Kerala, which is almost 320%. Yeah, in Kerala, which is almost 320 grams. Yeah, sorry, I didn't realize I was on a mute. Thank you so much. So I was telling you about online jewelers on an average, whether it is Tanish, Carrot Lane, Malabar, Senko, any of these guys, on an average, getting anywhere from 3 million to 6 million visits, traffic on their website, which means 60 lakhs, which means every day, how many people are visiting? 3 to 5 lakh people are visiting on their website. What does it tell you? Market thanda hai. What does it tell you? Orders nahi aa rahe. Which means one thing is very clear, India is shopping. Very clear about it. Whether we are shopping, they are shopping from us or not, that is very, very different. Yes. Whether they are shopping from us or not, because they are taking, at the end of the day, they are also taking our market share. As an independent jeweler, they are taking our market share. How many of you realize this? Here is a recent release from Kalyan, which said this year, FY26, which is about to get over in 2 months, they are opening how many outlets? New showrooms, 170 new showrooms. But if you look at even Kalyan, how they built first outlet. From first outlet to 7 outlets, it took them more than 5 to 10 years. Then 7 to 14, 14 to 35 outlet, 35 to then every 5 years they were doubling the outlets. And once it starts compounding, once you discover the template, then it's only a matter of expansion. That's where the real magic happens. And if this expansion is happening with all the craziness which is happening today, in terms of market fluctuation, few things are in our control. कुछ चीजें अपने हाथ में है, वो चीजें आज और कल डिस्कस करेंगे. This we will discuss today and tomorrow. Few things are not in our hand. Yes, few things are not in our hand. That we got to leave it to him. What is in our control, we got to discuss this. Yes, we got to discuss this. Thank you so much, guys. Yes, thank you so much. And as I mentioned, guys, no question because it just breaks the flow. So is it okay? If somebody asks question, can you all remind them that please no question in the chat box, questions towards the end? Yes, can I have this cooperation from all of you? If somebody asks question, can you all remind them that ask question towards the end? I will give you the option to ask question. That time you can ask me any questions. Yes, that is the exact reason I kept it as a bonus for you all. You can write down all this, keep it in the parking lot, and once I give you the opportunity, then you can start asking the question. Thank you so much. So now you understood this, how fast this market is growing. Do you want to know what is driving the growth? How many of you would like to learn? Exactly क्या reason है इतनी growth होने की? What is driving this crazy growth in this market? Yes, what is driving the crazy growth in this market? Let me share this with you. What is the opportunity in front of jewelers? 100 billion next year. 100 billion, by the way, which is contributing to almost 7% of India GDP. It is not a joke. It is not a joke. It's a very big number, driven by macroeconomic factors. अब ये देखना, some of you will say, Shripal, I came here, I want to learn this, but I want to learn how to grow my jewelry business. Why are you talking about India population? Why are you talking about income level? You need to know this. You need to know where the market is growing. You need to know, because if you don't know, your mind will be only this much. You will take decision based on this. Once you understand how big is this game, where are the opportunities, then your mind will open and you will be able to execute, and your quality of decision will be significantly better. Our business is nothing but series of decisions we make. And if we make those decisions sharp and right, our business flourishes. If we make those decisions poor or wrong, our business diminishes. The growth is driven by population, not only population but also teledensity. Teledensity का मतलब होता है कितने सब्सक्राइबर्स है, how many SIM card users are there? 115 crores. We have more population than Mr. Trump's country. Yes, we have more UPI users than the population of America. 35 crores, which is huge. Driven by what? इंटरनेट एंड स्मार्टफोन पेनिट्रेशन. ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है आपके लिए. ये लूप आपका कल कंप्लीट होएगा. बट ये चीज याद रखना, टुमारो व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट आप कैसे टारगेट कर सकते हो डिजिटल मीडिया के थ्रू, और राइट कस्टमर, भले आप छोटे स्पेस में हो, बड़े स्पेस में हो, पर्ल में हो, गोल्ड में हो, पोल्की में हो, जड़ाओ में हो, कुंदन हो, लैब ग्रोन डायमंड हो, वट एवर स्पेस यू आर इन, हाउ कैन यू गेट एन आइडियल कस्टमर? टुमारो आई एम गोइंग टू शेयर दिस. But you must know this data. Remember this. Smartphone user 65 crores. Social media user 46 crores. What is driving this? Someone wrote it right in the chat box that in India, this has never happened. In the history of India, in last 10 years itself, there is a massive income upgradation happening. 5x growth, which means 500% growth of people earning above 5 lakhs. So 5 lakhs, guys, 5 lakhs per year, guys are moving to 10 lakh, 10 lakhs are moving to 25 lakhs, 25 lakhs are moving to 50 lakhs, or 1 crore, 1 crores are moving to 2 crores or 5 crores per year income level. So income level upgradation is happening faster than ever before in the history of India. Which means what? इनकम बढ़ता है तो आदमी क्या करता है? रियल एस्टेट. इन्वेस्ट इन रियल एस्टेट, इन्वेस्ट इन ज्वेलरी, and invest in discretionary spend. Invest in discretionary spend. That is what is happening. And that's why if you look at it, stock market users 9 crore, mutual fund user 5 crores. This data is very important. Again, I'm going to complete the loop tomorrow. How many iPhone users are there in India? 3 crores. 3 crores. On an average, हर साल 1 करोड़ iPhone बिकते हैं, 1 crores. Assuming people upgrade their iPhones every 3 years, 3 crore iPhones are sold. How many of you would like to have high ticket, high value customers? Type HVC in the chat box. If you want to target bridal customer, high value customer who comes, does not negotiate too much on making charges है, बाकी के चीज में, they come, they buy good. These kind of customer, if they come even once or twice, they take care of your monthly profitability. Yeah. How many of you would like to have that? Type HVC. And the good news is, tomorrow I'm going to decode this more. Yeah. Tomorrow I'm going to decode this. And this data I'm sharing with you is very important. And if you want a high value customer, what do you think? What kind of phone they use? They use 5 10,000 rupees Chinese phone, Xiaomi phone, or they use iPhone or some high end Samsung or Galaxy phone. Which phone do you use? You wrote it. iPhones plus, let's say, let's look at OnePlus, Oppo's, Vivo's high end phones, 40,000, 50,000 plus phones. Even if you add all of that and all the high end Samsung S series, it will be additional 3 crores. So, total India has got how many people who are using iPhones and high end Android phones, which are above 1 lakh rupees? 5 to 6 crore. 6 crore. That is your target. That is your TAM. Yes, total addressable market कहते हैं उसको. That is your TAM. Now we will discuss this further tomorrow as we move forward. All I want to tell you is the number of jewelers. This is already upgraded and has become 5 lakhs. Yes, the total number of gems and jewelry players in India is already 5 lakh plus. Contributes to 7% of GDP, guys. 7, एक इंडस्ट्री सिर्फ 7% ऑफ जीडीपी कंट्रीब्यूट कर रही है. And it employs more than 50 lakh people, this particular industry. I want you to take a moment, take your hand, pat on the back, because in India, Bollywood and cricket get celebrated. Entrepreneurship does not get celebrated. I want you to realize this, the contribution you are making to this country. How hard you are working. We work for 12 months, but the 5 months we give it back in taxes. How hard you are working. You are funding the economy. So I want you to be very, very proud of being an entrepreneur, being a jeweler. And I want you to type this in the chat box. I am awesome. Type in the chat box. I am awesome. Now you have a full canvas of why this is the best business to be in current times. Yes, jewelry business. What is the growth potential? There is a massive growth potential. Now, can I share this with you? Based on my experience of working with thousands of jewelers across the category, across the segment, across the sector, there is a pattern I have observed कि ये common pattern है. इनकी वजह से ही these are 5 6 patterns. Because of this only they are not able to scale. Yes, can I share this with you? I want you to be very, very attentive for next few minutes because I want you to reflect when I'm talking. Just don't listen to me. Listen to me, look at me, and see ये मेरे साथ हो रहा है क्या? Is this the mistake I am also making it? Identify that. Are you ready for this? The very first mistake I have seen jewelers making is they don't. First one is what? Because in this entire journey, the very first mistake what jewelers are making is they are still running the shop. They are not running the brand. And there is a big difference. I'm going to explain this more. What is the difference between running a shop and brand? How many of you know what am I talking about? Let's be very honest. Most jewelers today are still operating like it's 1990s. They are running a shop, but not a business, not a brand. No clear brand identity. No clear brand story. Today, tomorrow, कल मैं वो कुछ चीजें दिखाऊंगा आपको. एंड इफ यू आर लॉग्ड इन टुडे ऑन मोबाइल, कल 100% लॉग इन करना लैपटॉप से, क्योंकि मैं कुछ चीजें दिखाने वाला हूं. आई एम गोइंग टू शो यू समथिंग. इट विल बी अ मल्टीमीडिया कंटेंट. आई एम गोइंग टू शो यू हाउ today's world, small stories you can create. And that brand story, once you start creating, even if you are selling the same design at others, people would want to buy from you. ये कैसे करते हैं? I'm going to show you this tomorrow. So ensure you are logged in from your laptop. Today, jewelers don't have brand recall value. And because of that, in fact, can I make a bold statement? Some of you will feel this is like I'm hitting you with a bullet. 70 to 80% of your customers you are already losing. If you look at your data for last 5 years, for last 10 years, if you look at your total database, I don't need to ask you. Usually I would ask. I'm not even asking you because I know what is the situation. 70% of your customer you are already losing. 70 to 80% plus. In fact, some of you will realize only 13% total customer database और आप पिछला जनवरी से दिसंबर और लास्ट 12 months financial data. Check this out and identify how many unique customers you have. You will realize only 12 to 15% active unique customers I have. बाकी सारे टूट रहे. Old customers are not coming back again. New customers are coming, they are buying once, but they are not coming back again. So while you are focusing a lot on doing this, but your old customers are not coming back, and that is by far the biggest reason. Otherwise, if you are in the business for last 5, 10, 20, 50 years, how can you not have footfall? How can you not be growing massively? How can you not multiply the profits? How many of you realize what I just said right now? How many of you were able to resonate with this? And it was a big, big balbon. Type BO in the chat box. Type BO in the chat box. Because we are still operating, we are losing this. And because there is no recall, there is no retention funnel, we are losing these customers. And because of that, कोई नया competitor आता है अपने space में, and if they give better price, customer तुरंत चला जाता है. I'm going to make a very, very bold sentence. Listen to me. And if you are able to resonate, type landed in the chat box. There are only two reasons why people are not buying from you. How many? दो reason है. कितने वजह है? दो reason. One reason, they don't know about you. Your customer don't know about you. Then you go back and work on your visibility. Visibility through digital marketing, online, offline. We'll discuss this. Tomorrow's day is all about expansion. Visibility. Shripal, this is the first reason. They don't know about you. Second reason, they know about you, but they have forgotten about you. Which means एक बार खरीदा, दो बार खरीदा, आपसे आपने lowest price दिया. You gave the best lowest price. You gave the best service. You gave the fastest delivery. Despite that, the customer did not come back. You know why? Because utter truth in your business is your communication with your customer ends the moment उनके हाथ में आप थैली थमा देते थे. The final package, the final delivery, the moment you hand over that delivery to your customer, most of you, your communication stops there. And if at all you are sending them communication, it's only offers or Diwali or Dashara or Akshaya Tritiya, these kind of offers. There is no other time or no other way you are in touch with your customers. How many of you feel this truly landed? Type landed in the chat box. And that is by far the major reason आपके पुराने customer टूट रहे. Because you are not in touch with them. देयर इज नो रिटेंशन फनल. और ये जो नए नए ब्रांड्स आ रहे हैं, न्यू एज ब्रांड्स आ रहे हैं, ये टेक्नोलॉजी यूज कर रहे हैं, एपीआई यूज कर रहे हैं, बिल्ड कर रहे हैं, और सारी चीजें ऑटोमेशन पे चल रही है. दे आर इन टच विद देयर कस्टमर्स. People don't buy from you for two reasons. One, they don't know about you. Go back, work on your visibility. Two, they know about you, but they have forgotten about you. Then you need to work on building retention funnel. Second, how many of you have this challenge कि श्रीपाल मेरे पास ना लोग आते बट खरीदते भी है बट टू मच negotiation. I am not getting enough margin these days. Making charge, it's a big struggle. Right? Margin is a big struggle. How many of you are facing this? Type me in the chat box. When it comes to margin, when it comes to making charges, there is a constant negotiation which keeps happening. If I even give them a better price, they tell me my competitor or your competitor is offering a better price than what you are offering. They keep reminding you. How many of you feel this? Type me in the chat box. Can I give you an utter truth? The only reason they are thinking and they are talking to you is because this is a difficult pill to swallow. Okay, let me give you the disclaimer. This is a difficult pill to swallow. But अगर समझ में आया तो BO लिख देना. The only reason they are negotiating with you is because in their mind, in their head, they are not seeing you as a brand. They're not seeing you as a brand. They're seeing you as commodity. That is why they're discussing. That is why they are negotiating. That is why they are haggling. That is why they are bargaining with you. The moment you start positioning yourself as a brand, you will see the wheel is spinning now. The table has turned. And that is by far one of the major reasons today why most of the jewelers are struggling. So what we need to do, instead of running shop, we need to start running it as a brand. Brand building does not mean you have to spend a lot of money. अगर ऐसा रहेगा तो बहुत बड़ी myth है आपकी. It is not the reality. Tomorrow I will talk more about it. Brand building does not mean you have to spend a lot of money. It has to be right creative ways. नए जमाने के नए तरीके अपनाने. That's the only thing you need to do. Yes. Like Tanishq is not selling jewelry. Tanishq is selling trust and modern traditions. You will see it if time permits today, or I'll cover it tomorrow. But you will see it how every single jeweler, though you feel Shripal itna competition, itne sare jewelers hai, Tanishq is there, Kalyan is there, Malabar is there, TBZ is there, Jiva is. Oh, wait a sec. You will see everyone has figured out a way to position themselves. I'm going to share this also today with you, today or tomorrow with you. You need to create your own space. आप कौन से city से हो, कौन से गांव से हो, which place do you belong doesn't really matter. We have so many people in our Diamond Club which are from the smaller town, like a place outskirt of Siliguri in West Bengal. Never heard that place. He's taken the systems, implemented that systems in Bengali and growing. So it is not, we are giving that excuse, but in reality, that's not the real reason. So how do we grow? Let's discuss this further. So first point is most jewelers are running a shop and not as a brand. Second, how many of you understand this? Owner is the only system. Tell me if this is familiar, because you are the sales head, you are the marketing head, you are the HR head, you are the buyer, you are the closer, and at times, आप ही delivery कर रहे हो. You are the delivery guy. You take care of everything. And guess what? When you stop, your business stops. Then is that a business or that's a self-employment? Business can only run and scale when it runs on systems and not on you. This is by far the major reason I have seen this. No, Shripal, but I am in jewelry business. You don't know, it's like loyalty is very important. I am not saying, who is saying this? Loyalty is not important. But I am saying this, there are other players in the industry जिन्होंने एक outlet से 10 outlet, one place to another place, they have grown. But whatever, B2B, B2C, D2C, I'm just taking B2C as an example. But it is applicable for all. Owner is the only system. Third, no digital sales engine. They are still walk-ins. They are still waiting for walk-ins. Wedding seasons, lucky breaks. Next Akshay Tritiya, next Diwali, next Dashara, next Dhanteras. Guys, we are in 2026. Still, most jewelers are waiting for footfall. Because customers today are buying jewelry on Instagram, on WhatsApp, on website, on DMs. If you are not visible and if you are not active, you are already forgotten. Without a clear digital strategy, there is no sale in today's world. No sale in today's world. In fact, I will dare to say this, no digital equals to no business. No digital equals to no business. Everybody type NDNB in the chat box. No digital, no business. Because the paradigm, the shift has happened. As I told you, आप क्या करते हो doesn't really, even if you are into imitation jewelry, demi-fine jewelry, plain gold jewelry, whatever segment you are in, no digital, no business. And I can show you, I can give you enough examples in our club wherein there are jewelers, wherein they are using the digital techniques in the right way. And today, with current rates of gold, whether it is 1.5 lakh, whatever the rate is, and this current with today's rate, I was talking to him yesterday. He said, अभी भी सर 1.5 से 2 घंटे का वेट टाइम है. लोगों को कूपन और टोकन लेके बाहर खड़ा रहना पड़ता है. And they are waiting because they want to buy from you only, from these outlets only. Which means कुछ तो better system है. All I want to tell you is whether you want to do it or not is your call. I am trying to make you realize अगर कोई और लोग कर पा रहे हैं इसका मतलब, और उनके दुकान के बाहर in their business there is a queue outside, whether it is online or offline, which means there is a better way to do things, right? How many of you agree that? Type agree in the chat box, which just means there is a better way to do it. That's it. We just need to learn that. If we learn that, then we can also do this. Which means if we learn this, we can also do this. Next one is most of the jewelers today, B2B, B2C, they're just selling on price instead of value. Let me ask you this. Have you ever seen a luxury brand offering 50% off on their bridal sets? Too many jewelers fall into the same trap, giving discounts, matching rates, offering schemes to survive the competition? No, because they have built a perceived value. Because if you don't build brand, you will always have to drop the price. जो मैंने पहले बोला था, I am repeating again. The only one of the major reason they are not buying from you or they are negotiating with you is because in their head you are not a branded. For them, you are just another jewelry player. That's it. If you start even in B2B, we also have in our club B2B jewelers who are supplying it to some of the largest top players in jewelry industry. They are a B2B supplier. But even there is a space to create a brand, is what I want to tell you. B2C, it is not कि ये D2C के लिए है, हमारे लिए नहीं है, सबके लिए है. In fact, let me say this. Even if you are a one-man show or a one-lady show, even then you have to think that you are selling brand. You are not selling a product. The moment you get into product, the moment you get into the grammage, the moment you get into the whole breakdown discussion, you already lost the battle. Then you are seen as commodity. Where is the value add? Where is the value add? And we are going to go discuss this today and tomorrow in greater detail as well. But you get the point. Next one is weak teams and weak accountability, because either we are not hiring the right people or we don't know how to hire the right people. And then if at all we hire right people, we don't give them the right kind of induction, right kind of training, right kind of orientation. And then we say कि performance नहीं आ रहा है इसका, लोग तो काम ही नहीं करते, मुझे ही सब कुछ करना पड़ता है. And how will people help you? Because if you have hired helpers, helpers will do the job of helpers. Leaders will do the job of leaders. If you have not hired leaders and if you are expecting helpers to become leader, it is like expecting oranges from an apple tree. Hiring is random. Our hiring is SOS hiring. I always tell this to jewelers. Your hiring is like SOS hiring. Now, your key store manager or your key player in the business or a purchase guy has left. Now, whatever comes, you want to keep it immediately. और अपनी शुरुआत वो जब निकल के जाता है तब चालू होती है. It's called SOS hiring, emergency hiring. How many of you know what am I talking about? Yeah. Weak teams and accountability. No accountability. And there is no one. What do I really mean by this is accountability is because there is nobody to ask you that last month you said you will do so much business or you will have so many footfalls or you will do this strategy. But who is asking you whether you did this or not? Who is checking on you? There is no accountability. And we are all human beings. We all need accountability. In fact, accountability, इम्प्लीमेंटेशन और डायरेक्शन, ये तीनों सबसे बड़े बिजनेस के मालिक के, एक ज्वेलर्स के सबसे बड़े ब्लाइंड स्पॉट होते हैं कि लैक ऑफ अकाउंटेबिलिटी. ज्ञान बहुत है लेकिन इम्प्लीमेंटेशन नहीं कर पा रहे और डायरेक्शन सही नहीं है, मेहनत बहुत कर रहे हैं. एंड लास्टली, नो क्लियर गोल्स और रोड मैप. नो क्लियर गोल्स और रोड मैप. व्हाट डू आई रियली मीन बाय दिस? दैट देयर आर नो क्लियर टारगेट्स. Okay, now 20 this year is there. Now what is the plan for my next year? How am I going to grow? Why I want to grow at this rate? कहां से फुटफॉल, कहां से ट्रैफिक आएगी, कहां से इंक्वायरी जनरेट होएगी? What is the systems? How I am going to monitor it? How many offers I am going to give in 1 year? You are putting in a lot of efforts, but growth is by chance and not by design. Growth must happen by design. That's why I really believe in this very important point. Some of you, I really wish and pray you are able to catch what I'm going to write here. One of the major thing here is most of the jewelers in this case is they lack this clarity, because clarity creates speed. Yes. And there is a rule. The rule says, yes, the rule says, the science says, money loves what? Speed. Money loves speed. Money loves speed. And success comes from where? Success does not come from एक काम करो उसके शोरूम में कितने कस्टमर ने देख के आओ. Are there more footfalls? Is there more traffic? How many orders they are getting? Your competitor. Success does not come from comparisons. Success comes from one word: clarity. And that is what you all need to get. The moment you get the right clarity, you will find magic in the business. All of a sudden, now things are starting to fall in place. That's where the real game changes. And without clarity, I can tell you, you can do everything in the world, but nothing will work. Scaling is impossible without the right clarity. Most jewelers are working really hard, but without the right direction. And if you don't know where you are going, how do you expect your team to follow you? Then your team is also not following you. I want you to take a moment, reflect on yourself, reflect on your business growth. If need be, close your eyes and check out of these six things what we talked about, how many were you able to resonate? How many able to resonate? And type this in the chat box. अगर सारे छह के सारे है छह, then type all six. Yeah. If then type six in the chat box. If it is five out of six, then type five on six. Yes. Quickly take a moment and identify and write down out of these six major reasons. How many are you able to resonate? I want all of you to type this in the chat box because awareness is the first step towards progress. If we don't know where do we stand, how can we go where we want to go? All of you, I want you to take a moment and type this in the chat box. Where do you stand in your journey? Okay, okay, okay. So many of you are saying six on six. Okay, all six, all six, all six. Okay, all six, unfortunately. Some of you are saying three, some of you are saying four, but most of you are saying 80-90% of you are saying six. Wow. Wow. Now, since you understand where is the game, right? All I want to tell you guys is see, if you are stuck, it's not your fault because you've been doing the best you can to grow your business. Now, if you want to grow from 50 lakhs to 1 crore to 10 crore to 100 crores a month, then you must make certain shifts in your business. Then you must make certain shift in your business. Now, Shripal, what are those shifts? You need a brand. Even if you are a one person, you need to create your brand. You need to position yourself brand. And can I tell you something? You cannot create a brand in the world outside unless you start thinking and believing that you are a brand yourself first here inside you. Because your external world is a reflection of your internal world. How many of you feel that was a big, big bulb on? Type BO in the chat box. You need a brand. You need systems. Tomorrow we will go deeper into systems. कौन सी चार systems चाहिए every jewelers को? You need a digital domination strategy because in today's world has changed, and you need a rock solid team. You need a rock solid team, a good team, a great team, a player team, and most importantly, then you need a right roadmap and a right mentor. It may be me, it may be somebody else. It may be somebody else also, but you need someone with whom you can be accountable to. All the world's greatest leader, they do have this. And that's exactly what we are going to decode today and tomorrow. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this to give it all with full intensity, with right intention, so that you can maximize the learning from these 2 days? Are you ready for this? Because now the activity, what we are going to do is going to be very, very profound. Now, this is the time I have seen a lot of jewelers, they feel when I'm talking, they're liking it, but now I'm going to make you do things. Everything is not designed for everything. Yes, there are jewelers from all over the country. Some of you are into B2B, some of you are into B2C, some of you are into D2C, online guys, all mixed is here. Now, some of these things I'm going to share with you, everything is not designed for everyone. But if I am you, मैं अगर आपकी जगह पे रहता, I will only check. मेरी expectation आपसे is only this much. Today I came at 6 o'clock. I will go back at 9 o'clock. Tomorrow I come at 6 o'clock. I'll go back at 9 o'clock. Did I learn minimum one thing which I can implement in my business? Enough. Tomorrow I come. Did I learn one thing which I can implement in my business? Enough. दो चीज अगर इंप्लीमेंट कर लिया आपने छाप दिया आपके बिजनेस में इफ यू implemented it in your business, it will produce far greater results than writing 100 things in notes and not implementing anything. How many of you got that? Type GT in the chat box. So the game is not about अरे ये 9 चीजें बोली इसमें से तो मेरे को 3 चीज तो समझ में नहीं आई. फोकस ऑन 6 विच यू लर्न. पहले तो कुछ भी नहीं था. Don't worry about what you were not able to do. Focus on direction of your intelligence. Most of the people struggle because the direct, it is not that they are not intelligent. In fact, some of you will realize this. Your intelligence is your biggest enemy. It is not the intelligence what makes people legendary. It is the direction of intelligence. So get your direction right. Because we are going to do some activity. I'm going to ask you to crunch some certain numbers. Write it down. Don't try to make it perfect. Some of us have this perfectionist syndrome. एकदम perfect रहेगा तभी करेंगे नहीं तो करेंगे ही नहीं. The idea is not to do accounting level stuff which you want to file and ROC or income tax. That's not the idea here. The idea is to do a ballpark idea pattern so that we can discover something what's happening in our business. Ballpark idea, approximate idea. बिजनेस के मालिक को एक हाई लेवल ओवरव्यू चाहिए. 30,000 feet overview is what they call. Helicopter overview is what they call. High level view. Are you ready for this? Yes. If you are ready for this, type BIO in the chat box. Yeah. Type BIO in the chat box if you are ready for this. Bring it on. Yes. Type BIO in the chat box and I am going to decode this one by one. Get your pen paper ready now. Yes. Open your notebooks and we're going to decode this one by one. What we discuss is what is the opportunity in front of jewelers, why most jewelers are not able to scale. And now I'm going to discuss something is very, very powerful. It's called doing profit leak audit. Identification of the hidden leaks in your business. Identification of hidden leaks in your business. So the question for you is this. How many of you feel that you are working really hard? You are working harder than ever, but your profits are not growing. How many of you feel this? Type me in the chat box. If you believe that you are working harder than ever, but your profits are not growing, type quickly me in the chat box. Me. Okay. The truth is, it's not because you are not working hard enough. It's because your business is leaking money silently every single day. That's the real truth. Because your jewelry business is like a bucket. Yes, bucket hoti hai na. You are filling it every day with lot of needs, naye footfall, naye inquiries, naye walk-ins, with lot of gold, silver, pearls, whatever segment you are into, designs, labor. But there are these invisible holes in your bucket. And profits are leaking from there every single day. The reality जो आपको समझ में आएगी अगले 30 मिनट में. The reality is you don't need more water in the bucket. What you need, even if you just seal the bucket, wherever it is leaking, it is enough to double or triple or quadruple your profit. And you're going to check this out right now. Yes, you're going to check this out because one of our one of our diamond club member, he was stuck at almost close to 20 crore rupees a year revenue, but profits were not growing. Profits were not going beyond 50-60 lakh rupees. But when he did this audit, when we did this audit, he was losing close to 10 to 12% additional in the 9 different buckets, whether it is wastage, undercharging, dead stock, and many others. And once he started fixing that, then within a year, the profit doubled. So it is not, you don't need more footfall in that case. It may be, sometime you may be sitting on this gold mine of data. Are you ready? Do you want to see what are these 9 things? Yes? Very good. So I'm going to show you this. What are the common jewelry profit leaks? Let's do it one by one. Number one is what? Number one is what? Discounting and negotiation traps. Discounting and negotiation traps. Before even I explain this, yes, you are mega, you're absolutely right. No cracks in the mug. Discounting and negotiation traps. So I want you to type in the chat box, on an average, how much discounts are you giving right now? Yes, take a moment and identify and drop this in the chat box. On an average, how much discounts are you giving? Everyone quickly type that in the chat. Okay. Percentage wise also you can type. Yes. Percentage wise also you can type. Yes. 20%, 15, 20%, 2%, 5%, 20%, 25%. Everyone quickly type that in the chat box. 20% on an average, 10%. Everyone quickly type that in the chat box. 10%, 8%, 8%. Wow. So let me show you something. In today's world, customers are trained to negotiate, and staff also like to give discount because उनको लगता है कि discount दे दी तो customer के साथ deal जल्दी से close हो जाएगी. They can close the deal easily. But the real damage is this, that how many of you realize this is a big, big bulb on, then type BO in the chat box. How many of you realize when you give 5 to 10% discount, it is not a 5 to 10% discount, it's a 40 to 50% profit loss. It's a 40 to 50% profit loss. How many of you realize this? Type BO in the chat box. So, what do we need to do? We're going to discuss this because I wanted to give you this one line. Write this line in your diary, what I'm going to show you now. If you next time when you give discount, you should feel Shripal is there in front of you and he's saying this, that discounts are nothing but loss in profit. Let it land. And if it landed, then type landed in the chat box. Otherwise, read it 2 times. This is a very, very profound sentence. Discounts are nothing but loss in profit. So next time when you give discount, be very careful about it. How much discounts are you giving? Yes. How much discounts are you giving? And do you want to give that? Yes. Since so many of you are giving 5 to 10% so many of you already wrote it down. We're going to discuss this further. What I want you to do now is this. Listen, this is where the activity. You know how much business are you doing per month? Yes. Whether it is 50 lakhs, 1 crore, 2 crore, 5 crore, 10 crore, 100 crores. You know your game. Per month total revenue. Yes. How much are you doing? Into current discount, what you are giving. Into current discount, what you are giving will give you total amount of discount which you are giving per month. Identify it, calculate it, and just park it right now. And once you are done, then type DDD in the chat box. Then I will go to the next point. Total revenue per month into, let's say if you are giving 5% discount, and let's say, then you calculate it 5% into total revenue. Yes. Then your total discount per month, how much total discount you are giving, that data is ready. And once that data is ready, then type DDD in the chat box. Excellent. Very good. So this is the first one. Second profit leak is this, which is very, very important, extremely important in this trade, which is overstocking and dead inventory. Overstocking and dead inventory, which means what? How much of your inventory? Yes. On an average, I have seen some of the jewelers when they come to us, when we start working with them, more than 50%, 60% inventory is 2 year, 3 year old. More than 50 to 60% inventory is 2 year, 3 year old. The question you need to ask yourself is, in your case, aging, इसको aging कहते हैं. 3 महीना से ज्यादा पुरानी कितनी है? 6 month old is how much? 1 year old is how much? 2 year old is how much? You should have this aging ready with you. Because dead inventory is eating your cash. Gold blocked is working capital stuck, and that's low liquidity. Because designs which don't move in 90, 180, 365 days, they are leaking your profit. अगर वो liquidity रहती तो आप दूसरी कोई नई डिजाइन करते थे. Now the market is shifting, maybe from, let's say, heavy jewelry to lightweight jewelry. You could have done something, but today you are not able to do that also. And some of you have bulk raw material purchase, those of you who are into manufacturing space. Here is the question. Do you know how much of your inventory has not moved in last 6 months to 12 months? I call it non-moving or slow moving inventory. Do you know how much of this inventory is not moving? Yes. Do you know how much of your inventory is not moving, which is, let's say, more than 1 year old? Let's start there. Then we will come back to 6 month old. If you know it, yes, just mention what percentage of your total business inventory, like Alok mentioned, 50%. What percentage of your total inventory is aged beyond 1 year? Mention that in the chat box. 40%, 60%, 40%. Okay, 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 okay. And of course, it will vary from nature to nature. Yes, because some of you are into different spaces. So it will vary from nature to nature. I want you to now calculate. अगर ये inventory, because how many of you realize this? If you had this cash sitting, because some of you are using bank loans, yes, some of you are using bank loans, some of you have CCC limits. If you had this ready inventory with you in liquid form, you don't have to pay the bank interest. Yes, you don't have to pay the bank interest. So, assuming total inventory, whatever inventory you have, let's say total inventory you have is 20 crores. Out of 20 crores, 50% is age inventory, which means 10 crore is age inventory. Now, 10 crore ke upar, if you apply cost of capital of even 1% for 1 year or 2 year, how much is that? Calculate it, because that's a loss. It is eating into your profit. How many of you realize this? Identify it, write it down in your diary. Loss due to cost of capital stuck in my dead stock. एंड लॉस, अगर ये इन्वेंट्री, अगर ये कैपिटल मेरे पास लिक्विड रहता था, हाउ मच एडिशनल बिजनेस आई वुड हैव डन एंड हाउ मच प्रॉफिट आई वुड हैव अर्न, विच आई डिड नॉट अर्न टुडे. Also mention that figure approximately. And once you have mentioned that figure, then type DDD in the chat box. Once you have mentioned that figure, then you type DDD in the chat box. Don't try to make it perfect. We are doing an approximate calculation. Yes, don't try to make it perfect. So, Falguni, let's say you are having a 10 crore rupees worth of inventory, and out of that 5 crore rupees inventory is aged beyond 1 year. So 5 crore के ऊपर 1% से monthly how much? 5 lakh rupees is cost of capital, interest. For 12 months, it is 60 lakhs. So I will write 5 lakh rupees per month lost due to cost of capital. Plus, अगर ये मेरे पास ready रहता था, if I had this 5 crore rupees of cash, maybe I would have earned easily minimum 5 to 8% on that. Yes, that's an additional loss. That's an additional loss. Got it? Very good. Third one is wastage in production. How many of you are here who are into manufacturing? Type M in the chat box. Or how many of you are here who are directly working with Karagirs? Type M in the chat box. Okay. Some of you are there. So as I mentioned, everything is not applicable. So if you are buying directly from wholesaler or private level players, don't worry about it. This is not for you. This is only for those who are directly working with Karagirs. How many of you realize even 1 to 2% wastage is a big loss? Why it happens? Because invisible wastage in production, second, lack of gold recovery checks, and most importantly, rework due to design errors and Karagir cost. Or second time karna pada to then it is double Karagir cost. So I just wanted to take a moment and identify, do you have a gold wastage tracked for every Karagir or jobber? Yes or no in the chat box. Do you have every do you have gold wastage percentage tracked for every Karagir or every jobber? Yes? Nice. Very good. Next one is very important because this is where your profitability shifts. Before even I go deep into this, I want to know what is your average order value. Type that in the chat box. एक average bill कितने का बनता है? Average rupees sale. One invoice of whether it is gold, silver, demi, whatever product you are selling, pearls, yes, imitation, whatever you are selling. एक invoice or fine jewelry. What is the value of single invoice? Yes, 1 lakh, 1.5 lakhs. Okay, okay, or it could be few thousand depending on the product you are working with. Yes, quickly drop that in the chat box. Average ticket size आपकी क्या है? Okay, 5.4, 2.5, 1.5, got it. Oh, 3.5. Very nice. Very nice. Because this data will be very, you are going to use this data. That's why I'm asking you to type this. Yes. Okay, okay, okay. Now you know what is your average order value. Now let us say one of you wrote my, let's say Milan wrote my average order value is 50K, just for the sake of discussion. Or let's say this best last example. Let's say Bhavya wrote my average order value is 30K. Now 30K is the average order value. The effort required to sell 30K versus the effort required to sell 60K. Do you agree? It is largely the same. Effort उतना ही लगता है. How many of you agree? Effort is largely the same. But if you sell more high ticket product, high value product, your profits are going to go up significantly. Your profits are going to go up significantly. It is proven formula. Everybody does this in the world. From McDonald's to Starbucks to any place to make my trip, everybody is in the business of increasing their average order value because they have understood this. If they don't do that, if they keep selling the low ticket product, too much effort, very little profit. Once your average value shoots up, very little effort, big profit. Efforts are largely the same. Efforts are largely the same. Low ticket client focus. Is this your case? Too many 10,000 to 30,000 rupees sale happening. Low tickets. And low tickets equals to low ROI because efforts and space are same. Question is, you will realize you are spending 80% of your efforts for 20% of the value. You will realize this. Look at your data. You will get this analysis. How much money are you losing because of this? Because of not having high ticket client focus. Take a moment and write it down in your diary. How much money are you losing because of not having high ticket client focus or having obsessive focus on low ticket clients? It's like, oh, I am selling so much, but my earnings are very less because my percentage margin is also very little. And then there is another jeweler who may not be selling very high, but says, my percentage margin is rock solid. So essentially, at the end of the day, मायना क्या रखता है? What matters is how much you took in your own pocket. पुराने जमाने में बोलते थे ना, your father or grandfather. आज का क्या किया? At the end of the day, how much did you make? Then does it really matter whether your ticket focus is? That's where it matters. Your focus is low ticket or high ticket. Next one is very important. Teams. Teams. How many of you feel your team is not working at peak efficiency? Type me in the chat box. How many of you feel your team is not working at the peak efficiency in comparison to what you are paying them? In comparison to what you are paying them, yes? You may be paying them 30,000, 50,000, 1 lakh rupees, but given that salary bracket versus the output, what they are delivering, it is nowhere closer, yes? So what I wanted to do is this. This is very important. Now look at me. Let's say if you have a manager whom you are paying 50,000, but he or she is not doing the work done by her is only 25,000 worth, which means 50% of the money is lost here due to lack of productivity. Yes, how many of you get it? I want you to calculate this. Whatever is your monthly total salary bill, वो आपको पता है. Whether it is 2 lakh or 5 lakh or 20 lakhs or 30 lakhs or 50 lakh, you know what is your monthly salary bill. Now you know the productivity of your organization and your staff. अगर आपको लगता है कि नहीं 30% मेरा प्रोडक्टिविटी ज्यादा होना चाहिए जो नहीं हो रहा है, देन वॉट एवर इज द टोटल सैलरी पे आउट पर मंथ सारा मिला के टोटल अमाउंट जो आता है उसका 30%, 50% प्रोडक्टिविटी इज लॉस्ट. सो दैट सैलरी बिल इन टू 30% और 50% इज योर नेट लॉस पर मंथ. अगर ये करते तो प्रॉफिट बढ़ता था उतना. टेक अ मोमेंट एंड कैलकुलेट. टेक अ मोमेंट एंड कैलकुलेट एंड वंस यू कैलकुलेट देन टाइप DDD इन द चैट बॉक्स. Because staff cost X, but they underperform. No daily targets, poor pitch quality, poor conversions, low AOV, and missed upsell. Somebody came to buy a ring, but you did not sell them a bracelet. Somebody came to buy for the gifting, but you did not sell it something for themselves. Already losing cross sell upsell, and staff sitting idle during the lean hours. Yes. Have you calculated this? If you have calculated this, type DDD in the chat box. How many of you understand this sentence? If the staff has no target, you become the target. How many of you got this? Yeah. If the staff has no target, you become the target. Yes. You need to start measuring return on investment per staff. Return on investment per staff or ROI per staff. A lot of jewelers in our community, they measure it. Let's say if they have 10 people and if they are doing X business, so X divided by 10 people in sales, especially in sales, that gives them the productivity of sales team per person. This becomes a metric to track. Another very big blinder I have seen, look at this. This is the next one. Overhead management. So many jewelers don't know what is their fixed operating cost. टोटल कॉस्ट कितनी है पता ही नहीं है. एक्सपेंसेस होते ही चल रहे हैं. एजेंसी को पेमेंट जा ही रहे. एजेंसी क्या काम कर रही है, कितना कर रही है, पता ही नहीं. एड एजेंसी, आउटडोर एजेंसीज, वॉट एवर इट इज. Gold rate changes every 2 3 days, and in today's world, it's changing every day. Stone prices changes very frequently. Wastage fluctuate because if your pricing is based on your own memory, कि थोड़ा ऊपर डाल दो, then you are gambling with your profit. करना क्या चाहिए? You may be losing 3,000 to 10,000 rupees easily per piece just because you don't know how much it cost you. Exactly. How much does it cost you? Because you don't have a control on this. So do you know what is your cost per 1 rupee revenue? How to calculate this? Whatever is your total cost per month divided by your total sale will give you your cost per 1 rupee revenue for cost for every rupees. So essentially what it says is for every rupee of revenue generated, turnover made, income generated, how much of money are you spending? Essentially it shows that. That's it. So you should know this, and this should be in your head. Yes, in terms of percentage. Second, calculate this. If you are losing any money, check this out. Now the last three are extremely critical and applicable for all of you. I did mention about it and you realized it, you echoed this back. 70 to 80% of your customers are losing. You are losing your customers. One of the main reason is not that they are not buying. How many of you agree? They are not buying. That is not the reason. कि उन्होंने खरीदी नहीं किया. That is not the reason. The reason is you don't have a system to follow up. You don't have a system to follow up, and that's why we are losing a huge business, massive business we are using. 80% of your clients are one time only. No follow up equals to no repeat. No birthdays, no anniversaries, no new collection previews. 0 to 5% repeat rate is there. And अगर ये रहेगा, तो then it will only lead to marketing losses. One lost client equal to 3 lost referral. How many of you understand this? Let me ask you this. Some of you wrote, right? Your average order value is so much. Can you type in the chat box how long you have been in the business on an average, just approximately? How long your firm? You may have been in business for maybe 5 or 10 years. How old is your firm? Quickly type that in the chat box. Approximately, yes. How old is your firm? Quickly take a moment and type that in the chat box. Okay, okay. 50, 56, 80, 25, 29, 35, 40. This is going to be a big, big bulb on. Yeah. Get ready for this. Okay. So while you are all typing this, yes, whether it is from few months to few years to some of you have crossed more than 100 years. Now, if a customer, let us assume a customer even for 10 years, okay, even for 10 years. So what is your average order value? On an average, can you type it in the chat box? On an average, एक customer आपसे एक साल में कितनी बार खरीदी करता है? Can you type that in the chat box? Approximately. One customer in 1 year, how many times they visit? Once only? 1.2 times? 1.5 times? 2 times? 3 times? How many times they visit? Yes. How many times they visit? Okay. Okay, let's take very conservative number. Yes, let's take 1.5 times to 2 times. Yes, let's say Samyak wrote 1.5 to 2 times. Let me take 2 times just for the sake of easy calculation. And let us assume his average order value is 1 lakh rupees per year. 1 lakh rupees is the average order value, and customer is buying twice, which means what? How much business per year? 2 lakhs. Yes, 2 lakhs. In 10 years, how much business that customer will do? Minimum business of 2 lakhs into 10. Simple math. Everyone, are you all with me? Hello. Everyone went to school. Hello, hello. Checking it. Okay. 20 lakhs. Yes. If you got it. Okay. 20 lakhs. Yes. Very good. 20 lakhs. Listen, now comes the most important point. Don't take your eyes off of the screen. 20 lakh is only for that single customer, that too for a 10-year horizon. बट जब आपका एक कस्टमर टूटता है, when you lose a single customer, you don't lose a single customer. Along with that, in jewelry industry, data says, research says, our own data says, when a good customer comes, when you give them a great service, they will bring minimum 3 customers through references, word of mouth. पहले तो ऐसे ही चलता था. But today, when you lose one customer, वो एक नहीं, 3 referrals भी नहीं आते अगले. So how much business you lost? You lost 20 lakhs, or you lost more than 20 lakhs. 20 lakhs into 3 is 60 lakhs plus 20 lakhs of your original customer. So how much business you lost? 80 lakhs. 80 lakh rupees of business is lost when you lose a single client. My friend, you will learn today and tomorrow. नया कस्टमर लाने में बहुत मेहनत है आज. It cost you 10 times more to bring a new customer than to retain an existing one. My appeal to all of you is this: can you start looking at every customer in this manner? ये तो मैंने एक एग्जांपल के तौर पे दिया. फॉर सम ऑफ यू द वैल्यू इज मोर. फॉर सम ऑफ यू इट इज 2 लाख, 3 लाख, 5 लाख, 7 लाख. फॉर सम ऑफ यू इट इज फ्यू थाउजेंड. वॉट एवर इज द रियल वैल्यू, यू कैलकुलेट इट. आइडेंटिफाई व्हाट इज द एलटीवी. इसको एलटीवी कहते हैं, लाइफ टाइम वैल्यू ऑफ माई कस्टमर. Into 3 or 4 will give you the total business lost per customer. For how many of you, this was a very, very different perspective to look at things and to look at your existing customer. Because when we feel एक कस्टमर नहीं गया तो जाने दे, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. इट्स ओनली वन थिंग. और मे बी वी फील 50K, 1 लाख का ऑर्डर, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ा. मे बी विद टूडेज मार्केट, मे बी यू वुड हैव अर्न 4% or 10%. नॉट अ बिग डील. यू डोंट रियलाइज इट. When you lose one, you actually lose the entire journey. The lifetime value is completely lost. This was a big, big BO, type BO in the chat box. Yeah. And I wanted to calculate, ऐसे कितने customers, how much business are you losing today? How much business you are losing, because when was the last time your staff called your old customer with a new offer? I want you to take a moment and write down in your diary how much business is lost because of not having follow-up system. Is it 10%, 20%, 50% of what you are doing? How much it is? Write it down. And once you have written, type DDD in the chat box. Once you have written, type DDD in the chat box. Excellent. The next one is, all of you face this, whether it is lost walk-in, online on your website, a visitor, or in your store, or in your B2B setting. Lost walking, lost inquiry, lost visitor. What is your current conversion ratio? Can you type that in the chat box? If you get 10 leads, 10 visitors, 10 footfall, 10 inquiries, 10 people on your website, how many actually end up buying it? What is your current conversion ratio? Write it down quickly. Yes, type that in the chat box. Approximately, what is your current conversion ratio? If 10 people walk in, what percentage of them buy? Is it 10%, 100%, 90%, 80%, 50%? How much it is? What is your current conversion ratio? Everyone type this in the chat box very quickly. What is your current conversion ratio? Okay, okay, okay. All right. 60%, 90%, 60%, 80%. Yes. And if you are doing online, of course, it is going to be Chirant. I get it. Yeah. I'm assuming Chirant, you are selling online, right? All right. Got it. Very good. Very good. Fantastic. Now I get it. Yes. Now I get it. So this is your current conversion. So ask yourself how much business I am losing today because I am not able to cater to the inquiries. Every lost inquiry is a lakhs of rupees of business lost. Why am I losing business? Walk-ins leave without buying. Retailers inquire but never place in order अगर B2B कर रहे हो. Or if you are doing online, then you have abandoned carts. They will come, they will add to cart, but they will not buy. Take a moment, identify how many walk-ins inquiries you have per month which you are not converting. Write down in your diary and multiplied by the average order value. That will give you the total business which you lost because every walk-in, every inquiry, every traffic did not convert. Take a moment and drop that. Write it down in your diary. Once you have written it, type DDD in the chat box. Once you have written it, type DDD in the chat box. And then I'll give you the last one. Yeah. Once you have, yes, DDD, DDD. Everyone done? Very nice. Very nice. And last one is very, very important, very powerful, which is low pricing power and branding gap. Because some of us feel that we are there in for such a long time, but we are still not seen as a brand. So we are working really hard, but it is not giving the right result. So how do we position ourselves? Competing with nearby stores on price, wholesale margin pressures if you are into B2B, and competing with Instagram undercutters if you are doing selling online. Low branding equals to low pricing power equals to low profits. Low branding equals to low pricing power equals to low profits. Guys, listen. Tomorrow I'm going to show you someone from our community. If you look at her branding, you will say this cannot be an Indian brand. It is impossible. But if you look at her branding, if you look at her packaging, if you look at her creatives, it is what matters in today's world. Storytelling is what matters in today's world. We all need to learn how to sell it as a story. Because when was the last time you increase your making charges? The answer is not going to be easy. Because at the end of the day, this is a function of what? Branding gap. This is a function of branding gap. Is this clear? Have you all written this? Yes. Now I want you to do something very important. Listen. आपने सारे लिख लिए 1 to 9, whichever are applicable. Yes. Now you wrote down those 12 points. I want you to, what I want you to do is this. I will show you. Okay, I'm going to show you this. Let me just discounting and negotiation traps, overstocking and dead inventory, wastage production, low ticket client focus, non-productive staff, उसके बाद overhead management, no systems, and client follow-up. This is a big one. Lost walk-in or lost client, lost inquiries, very big one, and low pricing power. Yes, and low pricing power. Now, I wanted to audit this. How do you audit this? Stay with me. I'm going to explain you this. What you need to do is simple. ये सारे first, second, third, fourth, five, six, seven, eight, nine. Yes, whichever is applicable. You wrote this. What is monthly estimated loss approximately? Write it. This you have written it down. Yes, this you have written it down. Do one thing. इनकी total कर लो. Make the total of this. What is the total number here? What is the total number here? Calculate the total number. And then multiply that number by 12. So that you get what? Estimated annual loss, so that you will get total estimated annual loss, which will be here. So calculate that and drop that in the chat box. Clear? Easy? Yes? I know it is going to be scary. Yes, I wanted to calculate that. Yes, I wanted to calculate that. That is the whole idea. Yes, because then you know exactly what knob to move. In business, it's all about what knob to move. Calculate monthly loss and then calculate annual loss, which is 12 into total monthly loss. Yes, take a moment. I'll give you 10 seconds. Add it up and then calculate it. This is about the business which you are losing because of not having branding power. Let's say आपको लगता है कि मेरे पास branding power रहता तो जो भी price है I can sell it 5% higher. Okay, brilliant. Then you say total business done into 5% is the business which is lost, right? That's a loss in profit. Got it? Write it down quickly. Yes, calculate it. Is it in lakhs? Then type that. If it is in crores, then type crores. Okay. Okay, just type, whether if it is in lakhs, then type lakhs. If it is in crores, then type crores. And multiply it by 12, yeah, to get the annual loss. We are talking about annual loss. Yes, we are talking about annual loss. Now comes the very, very important point. Are you all done? Yes, now comes the very, very important point. I want you to circle what are the biggest contributor to this loss. Identify what are the top three leaks. Circle them and type that in the chat box. सबसे तीन सबसे बड़े monster कौन से है which are eating into your profit, because you understood, right? Some of you said whether it is, some of you would have already got the idea. How many of you have already got some crazy bulb on wherein you know exactly now what you need to focus and where there is so much bleed which is happening in the business? Yeah, type crazy bo in the chat box. Yeah, if you already realize where the money is leaking right now, type crazy bo in the chat box. And identify the top three and write it down now. इसमें से top three कौन से which are contributing the maximum amount, right? Identify those top three. Identify the top three. Yes. Okay. Discounting old stock. So if it is discounting old stock and client loss, okay, got that. Wastage production, okay. Discounting, no follow up, old stock. Discounting old stock and client loss, okay. Again, wastage in production, lost customer, branding gap, lost inquiries, old stock. Everyone take a moment and quickly identify. तीन से ज्यादा identify मत करना. Identify only three. Okay. Because at a time you can't work more than that. Everyone take a moment. Okay. Dead stock, follow up, lost inquiries, no follow up, branding gap, leads, branding gap, branding gap. This is like, if you are having business and if you are having another brand, but that brand is able to sell at a much higher price than what you are selling, then it is a branding gap. And let's say you are selling it at 10% making charges, they are able to charge 18% making charges and they are still able to sell more. So then you say 8% is my loss there. Yeah, got it? समझ में आ गया अभी? Because you don't have a price power. Very good. Everyone got it? If this is clear, type clear in the chat box, guys. Yes. Because at the end of this exercise, you will clearly see why your profits are not growing, even if sales are. Even if sales are. And if you don't plug these leaks, the more you sell, the more you bleed. How many of you realize that also? The more you sell, the more you bleed. Yeah. Very good. Very good. Excellent. So, what I'm going to show you right now is this, okay? That most dwellers focus on how much gold is sold, but the richest dweller focus on how much profit is made. That's the real game. Tomorrow we will do a profit engine so that you can grow profits even when you are not in the showroom. It's all about the systematization and autopilot. Because every lost walk-in equivalents to few lakhs and few crores lost over lifetime. You understood that today. How many of you realize that your business is bleeding few lakhs and few crores silently? How many of you realize that your jewelry business is bleeding few lakhs and few crores silently? Yes. And how many of you realize that your business is not losing money because of lack of footfalls? How many of you realize your business is not losing money because of sales, but it is losing money because of the profit leaks? Yes. Here is the question. If you spend next 90 days fixing these leaks with laser sharp focus, how much growth you can do? Like in a 1 year. Yes. In 1 year, how much growth can you do? Type that in the chat box. 2x, 1.5x, 3x. What is this? You calculated the number. The numbers are in front of you now. Just by plugging the leaks, just by sheerly plugging the leaks. I'm not even talking about anything else. I'm not even talking about digital marketing, any other strategies, you do any outdoor without spending a penny. क्योंकि ये सारी जो चीज अपन डिस्कस की ये आपके हाथ में. This is in your hand. How many of you realize that? 5x, at least 2x, 2x, okay, 1 to 2 times 2x, 2x again 1.6, 1.65, 3x, 3x if conservative, 2x, yes, if I have to perfect the platform, then I can make it 4x, yes. Everyone type this in the chat box. Approximately how much can you grow? Yes. And this is just the beginning. I have not even started the profit multiplication part yet, by the way, which I promised you we will do it today. This is just plugging leaks. Whatever the leaks are there, let's plug it. Yes. So what we are going to do, how many of you would want to learn that now? Yes. How many of you would want to learn that in terms of how do I plug my profit leaks? You understood. But now how can I increase and grow my profit? Yes. लीक्स तो हो गया अभी एक बार. अभी प्रॉफिट मल्टीप्लिकेशन के ऊपर काम कैसे क्या ये करके ही समझ में आ गया. आई कैन ग्रो बाय 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x. And these numbers are not small. You realize this is not about few thousand rupees. We are talking about few crores. That is the impact. How many of you would want to learn now how to multiply profit within 1 year? Multiply profit, additional, which will be an additional growth you will have over and above what you discussed. How many of you would want to do that? Learn that. Yes? Me. Okay, okay, okay. So what we are going to do is the time in my watch is 7:55. I'm going to go straight into profit multiplication, a 3 hour framework what we have created for our folks. And I'm going to discuss what we usually take like a day, one full day to discuss in our Diamond Club. I'm going to discuss that right now. But we are going to have a quick 5 minute break. Yes. Bio break, water break, whatever you want to have. Take a bio break, water break, come back quickly at sharp 8:00. Everyone type 8:00, 8 p.m. Everyone type 8 p.m., 8:00 in the chat box. I'm going to turn on the timer. Till then, enjoy the music and I will, yes. Then we also looked at it. What are the macroeconomic factors which are driving that growth? Then we looked at what are the top 6 reasons why most jewelers across the segment B2B, B2C, D2C are not able to scale beyond the real potential what they have or to the potential what they have. And then we did something which is very, very core. And as I had told you this, as I had already cautioned you, that it is not everybody, it requires courage, it requires grit, it requires focus, and it requires a lot of fire in you, that you want to build your business, you want to scale your business. Because some people drop out because they feel that it is not comfortable. Yeah, it is not comfortable. And the growth is never comfortable. If you are seeking that, then the growth is never comfortable. It is always outside your comfort zone. So now I'm going to show you a slide. We're going to do some activity together. I'm going to show you one slide. This one slide will be worth few crore rupees. So pay absolute attention. Do not do any multitasking. Any multitasking. This is by far one of the most important thing we are doing right now. Everyone, are you all ready? Yes? Are you ready? If you are ready to learn, type RTL with lot of exclamation mark. Show me your energy level. Type RTL with lot of exclamation mark. Show me your energy level. Okay, 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 okay. Thank you so much. Yes. Excellent, excellent. Ready to learn? Type RTL in the chat box. Ready for profit multiplication? Profit multiplication framework. This is our hyperscale framework, which is for profit multiplication, which I'm going to share it with you. इसमें तीन चीजें हैं. फर्स्ट, सेकंड एंड थर्ड. फर्स्ट, second, and third. First one is called recovery. Second one is called retention. And third one is called reactivation. So Shripal, ये किसके लिए? Who is it for? You all wrote your conversion, right? आपका conversion कितना है? Some of you wrote 60%, some of you wrote 40%, some of you wrote 30%, some of you wrote 80%, 70%. What is your conversion? What is this for? किसके काम के लिए? This is for whom? This is for lost clients or lead. People who showed interest in your product but did not buy from you. They have intent to buy, but they did not buy from you. Retailer who showed interest to buy jewelry from you as a manufacturer or as a B2B seller, but they did not buy from you. Customer who walked into your store but did not buy from you. A visitor who saw your ad, came on your website, they have the intent to buy but did not buy from you. Lost client. Is it clear? Retention is for whom? ये किसके लिए है फिर? Existing clients. Existing clients. You, whatever active clients you have today, this is for that. Active clients. उनके लिए, उनको वापस बार बार आपके पास कैसे लेके आए? हाउ डू यू गेट देम टू कम बैक एंड विजिट यू एंड बाय फ्रॉम यू अगेन एंड अगेन एंड अगेन एंड अगेन? Existing client. And the third one is very important and very, very powerful, because as you realize today, 70 to 80% of your clients are dead, dormant clients. They are not coming back again. For them, there is a separate framework. It is called reactivation. ये किसके लिए है? डॉर्मेंट क्लाइंट्स के लिए. ये किसके लिए है? एग्जिस्टिंग के लिए. ये किसके लिए है? रिकवरी के लिए, लॉस्ट क्लाइंट्स के लिए. Are you all with me till now? Yes. Are you all with me till now? If you are all with me till now, type WM in the chat box so that I understood. I understand at what pace I have to go. Yes. If you have understood till now, then type yes or WM in the chat box with me in the chat box. Very nice. Very nice. Do you know something? Can I give you some magic here? If you learn the secret tool and apply here, you know what is the recovery percentage you can have here? In our diamond club, there are people easily they can recover 15% of your lost client, you can recover. Very realistic number I am talking about here. 15% recovery is easily possible if you follow the framework. Sripal, how much can be done here for existing? Whatever business are you doing currently from your existing customer who are active, customer who are coming and buying from you again and again and again. So some of you wrote, no, साल में एक बार आता है, साल में 1.3 times, 1.5 times. Some of you wrote 2 times. So if you follow this framework, you will be able to generate easily minimum how much? 30% additional business. For whom? Existing client. For whom? Existing client. And then comes this monster because you have a lot of leads, lot of database, big database, but so many of them, or most of them, not even so many of them, most of them, 70, 80% of them are not coming back and buying from you. So Sripal, is there a tool? Is there a strategy? Is there a framework? Can we do something about it? Yes, there is a tool, there is a strategy, and if you implement that to the T, you can easily get minimum 7% in our community, in our diamond club. There are people who have also got 10%. 7% is minimum you can target. Because these are old dates, right? एक साल, 2 साल, 3 साल पुराने हैं, वापस आए ही नहीं आपके पास. This is the kind of conversions you can have. Additional business you can have from this. Are you all with me now? Yes, making sense? Yes. So for instance, let's look at some numbers. Let's look at the number. Let us say on an average, yes, on an average, your AOV is 1 lakh rupees. And let us assume on an average, you are selling to 500 customers per month. Let us assume you are selling to 500 customers per month, which means what? Here, 500 clients. And let us assume your conversion ratio, yes, your conversion ratio is very good. You are doing a fantastic job, 80%. 80%. Yes. Or you want me to take lesser or higher, guys? Yes. Type in the chat box what conversion ratio you want me to assume. Yes. Type. Okay. Some of you are saying lesser. Yes. Quickly type. If I the majority, I will take the majority. Okay. You are saying less. Okay. ठीक है. कितना लूँ? Tell me the conversion. How much conversion I should assume? Okay. So let me take 60%. Okay. Let me take 60%. 60% conversion, which means out of let's say 500 clients, 60% of them are there, but 40% you are losing. So recovery which needs to be done is on 200. Now 15% of 200 is how much? You will type the math in the chat box now very quickly. You will type the math in the chat box how much it is. 15% of 200, how much it is? 30? 30 into 1 lakh, how much? 30 lakhs? 30 into 1 lakh, 30 lakhs. Okay, this is one part. Here, let's say you are doing already 500 clients. Out of 500 clients, how many you can get extra? 500, 30% of 500, how much? Quickly, fast. 30% of 500, how much? 150? 150 into 1 lakh, how much? Because that's your AOV. This is your AOV. How much? 1.5 crores. 1.5 crores. Easy. And let us assume every month you are doing this. So like that, you are acquiring customer, you are selling. But now you have what is the database I should assume? Tell me the size of the database I should assume. Yes? 5,000, 10,000, 20,000. How many customers I should assume? As your old database of customers who have not bought from you in last few years, last 3 years. Okay. So let us take a very conservative number. Yes, let's take a very conservative number. If you are acquiring 500 to 600 customers, so per year you are acquiring 6,000. In 5 years, you are acquiring 30,000. Let me not take 30,000. Let me take even the number what Vinod wrote, which is only 10,000. So I'm writing 10,000 customers here. 10,000 customers ka 7%. How much? Quickly type this in the chat box, guys. 10,000 customers into 7% reactivation. 700 customers? 700 customers into 1 lakh. How much? But there is a catch here. But there is a catch here. Okay. There is a catch. So 10,000 customers are total. Let's say you are not doing this in 1 month because everything what we are calculating is per month. Okay. So divide this by 12. Yeah. Divide this by 12. Or let us make it is 12,000 for easy calculation. Let's say old customer database आपका 12,000 है divided by 12 approximately then 1,000 customers per month. 1,000 customer per month into 7% is how much? 70. How many? 70? Yes, 70. 70 dormant client can you recover? 70 into 1 lakh, how much? 70 lakhs. So how much additional business did you generate through all this? 70 lakhs through reactivation, 30 lakhs through recovery, 1 crore, and 1.5 crore through reactivation, retention. So total kitna aaya? Yes, all of you are absolutely right. Total additional business generated is how much? 2.5 crore. Is it per annum or per month? Per month. If you project it per annual, how much it is? 30 crores per year. If you are completely mind blown, type MB in the chat box, because if you keep crunching your number like this, you would be amazed. Like you will be surprised that how much potential is there. You don't have to go anywhere. I'm not talking about a single strategy wherein you have to spend money right now. I am just telling you, I'm just showing you the mirror. I'm saying you are in the gold business, but the biggest gold mine, what you have is your own database. Your own database. You just need to start digging into it, do the right things. And if you calculate this, these numbers are going to blow your mind away. What profit लिख करके जो किया वो तो अलग है. If you just implement these three things, this is called 3R framework. Everyone type 3RF in the chat box. Type 3RF in the chat box. This is called 3R framework. Retention for existing client, recovery for lost client, and reactivation for dormant client. If you implement these 3R, you would have already calculated your numbers. Yeah. How much additional growth is possible? Now you type that in the chat box. Is it 2x, 3x, 4x? How much additional growth now? If you just implement these 3R and do nothing, just focus on this 3R framework and do nothing, how much growth is possible? I want it in quantification, number wise, multiplication. 2x, 3x, 5x, 7x, how much it is? You would have already calculated it. Yes, you would have already calculated this. Okay. Recovery for lost client, retention for existing client, and reactivation for dormant client. 5x, 1.5x, 5x again. Yes. I want all of you to type this in the chat box. How much growth is possible if you implement just three things, these three things, what I told you right now on this slide. Easy, Abhishek, easy. 2x, everyone can do this. 2x to minimum hai. That's why we said, anyone who comes in our club, 2x to karna hi hai. There is no question. 2x to hoega hi hoega. Anything beyond that is our genius. 2x, the system will take care of it by itself. Now, Shripal, I understand this. I learned the framework. I understand recovery lost client के लिए, retention existing client के लिए, reactivation dormant के लिए. I understand in recovery I can do 15% recovery, 30% additional retention and 7% reactivation based on my database size. How many of you would like to know करे कैसे क्या? Yes. How many of you would like to know how to do this? Yes. How many of you would like to know exactly? Now I understand the logic. I understand the science. I understand the math. I understand the benchmark. How do I do this? इसको implement कैसे करें? Exactly in real life, so that I start generating more profit, more orders. Yes. How many of you would like to know? Type me in the chat box. So this itself is like a 3 days of discussion in our Diamond Club. I'm going to give you a summary, a quick trailer of this so that you start understanding how this can be executed. I'll give you minimum one strategy for each. Yeah, minimum one. There are multiple strategy. I'm going to give you one strategy each. How you can recover, what you can do to activate your old client, and how do you drive your retention. Are you ready? Okay. So what is the secret tool here? The secret tool, I'm going to talk about all of them. Yes. I'm going to talk about all of them. When it comes to recovery, there is a tool. I'm going to show you this also. It's called 7 days. Sorry call. 7 days. Sorry call. I'll explain this more. पहले tool समझ लो सबके लिए. श्रीपाल ये कैसे करें? You need something which is called WhatsApp API, occasional reminders. ये लिख लेना पूरा because this is like the holy grail. This is like the core thing which I told you. This one slide itself is worth few crores. And this is called VIP comeback. VIP comeback campaign. Yeah, VIP comeback campaign. If you have written about it, if you have understood the depth about it, if you have noted down the benchmark numbers, and if you have noted down the secret tools or one of the strategies, yes, we have only so much time, but one of the strategies, I want to give you at least one strategy each. What you can do for recovery, what you can do for retention, what you can do for reactivation. One of the strategies. If you have also understood one of the strategies for each, type understood in the chat box and then I will explain that tool in greater detail. Type understood in the chat box and then I will explain this in greater detail. Excellent, guys. Very good. Very good. So let's go deeper into this part, which is one of the core part of today's discussion. Yes, which is one of the core part of today's discussion. All I want to tell you is most jewelers think to increase profit, they need more customers. But I just showed you live with live demo that that's not truth. If you can just recover, retain, and reactivate your existing customer base, worst case scenario, you got to be really bad. Okay, you got to be really, really bad. Worst case scenario is 50% growth. Best case scenario, you have already calculated it on your own, whether it is 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x. That's what which can happen. Yeah, that's what which can happen. So let me show you now what is the lever one. The lever one here is recovery mastery. The lever one here is recovery mastery. How do I get my old customers to come back and buy from me again and again and again? What is the tool? 7 day sorry call. So I'm going to give you a ready script. If you want, you can take a screenshot of this. Please don't ask for recording and replay. There is no recording replay. If you want, you can take a screenshot of this. So what is the script? ये स्क्रिप्ट ले लो, इसको व्हाट्सएप पे चलाओ, इसको फोन पे चलाओ, इसको लोकल लैंग्वेज में करना है, गुजराती, बंगाली, तमिल, तेलुगु, यू कैन वर्नाकुलराइज इट. Let's say Sonia came to your store but did not buy. Hello, Sonia. This is Shripal from ABC Jewelers. You visited us a few days ago, and I realized that you did not find what you were looking for. I just wanted to personally say sorry that we couldn't serve you fully on that day. Would you like us to customize something exactly to your test? Or maybe show you some new pieces that has just arrived? That's it. That's it. Options. Niche. If you are using WhatsApp API, book an appointment, speak to the jewelry expert or styling expert. And third one is get the location, maybe a GPS location. That's it. How many of you are not using WhatsApp API? Type no in the chat box. If you are not using WhatsApp API, then type no in the chat box. Or let me just launch a poll so that we understand this. Okay, here it is on your screen. Do you have a WhatsApp API which is officially Meta approved? If you don't have it, then you don't have. If you have it, then brilliant. Yes, you have. And if you don't know what is an WhatsApp API, then you type choose the third option, which means you don't have and you don't know what it is. Then you can choose the third option, which is also okay. Yeah. But you should know this. Some of you have it. WhatsApp API is not WhatsApp business. Yes, this is different. WhatsApp API means that it is a Meta approved tool wherein you can create workflow, which means, let's say tomorrow, when I talk about how to generate more footfall, traffic, we will go deeper into this. But if I want to send a lookbook to someone, lookbook bridal, the ultimate bridal guide 2026, the ultimate bridal jewelry guide 2026, मैंने इसका एक PDF बनाया, lookbook बनाया. Now I want to send this to everyone who comes on my Instagram. How can I do that? WhatsApp API. So somebody will comment on this lookbook, automatically उनको ये चीज चला जाएगा. This message, somebody came to your store, did not buy, they get this message automatic. Along with the three buttons, whether to select it, speak to someone, or get the location. Clear? Got it? This is called WhatsApp API. Have you understood now? Yes? If you have understood now, type yes in the chat box. Yeah? If you have understood now, type yes in the chat box. Some of you have it, most of you don't have it. Okay? So you should get this because Shripal, is there a cost? Yeah, I think there are many players in the market. Interact is there, Gola Box is there, AI Sense is there. There are many players in the market. You can work with any of these guys. How much does it cost, Shripal? Very small, 1500 से 2-3 हजार रुपए. That's the 3000 is the premium one, 1500 is the basic one per month. But it gives you massive leverage. Set and forget. Once you learn this, tomorrow I'll again discuss this in greater detail when we discuss the sales process automation. बट एक बार इसको चीज को बना लिया, then it is you don't have to do it everything by yourself. That's where the true freedom happens in the business. 7 day sorry call, or you can also make a phone call. Yes, if you can also make them a phone call. Message भी भेजा, phone call किया. Ideally you should do both, because if you call 100 walk-ins who did not buy, easily 15 to 20 of them will return and they'll buy from you. How much business that means to you? Now you just calculated this. Yes, you just calculated this. Did you calculate this while I was explaining? How many were you calculating for yourself? Or if not, take a moment and calculate. Okay. Some of you could not calculate. Take a moment and calculate. तुम्हारे पास total walk-ins कितने हैं per month, which are not buying from you. Or if you are into B2B jewelers, then how many leads or inquiries you get per month, which are not buying from you? Or yes, which are not buying from you. Identify that. Yes. And multiply that by 15% and multiply that by your average order value. Once you got the name, once you got the number, type DDD in the chat box. Rajendra, ask me during Q&A, I'll answer this. Once you got the number, type DDD in the chat. Very nice. So this is the tool. Yeah, this is the tool. What you need to do is basically how many walk-ins did not buy from last month, how many walk-ins, how many inquiries, let's say 300, multiply that by 15%, which is your recurred customer, which becomes 45, and then multiply by your average order value. Let's say it is 1 lakh, then it becomes 45 lakhs. That's it. Very simple. Yes. Got it? This is recovery per month. Recovery per year is equal to into 12. Most important point is this second point here. How many of you realize Quick win like this will give you immediate profits. But how many of you realize this? If you don't install the right systems, you will always slip back into firefighting mode. How many of you realize this? Type me yes in the chat box if you got get it. Without system, it can't be run on true autopilot. You will slip back to into your old ways of doing it, old ways of firefighting it. Yeah. Because here is a jeweler whom we have in from Jaipur, losing 60, 70 walk-ins per month. He built these systems for recovery, built this 7 day sorry call recovery systems. In 3 weeks, 18 walk-ins out of 60, 70 walk-ins returned and purchased, which he recovered close to 12 lakh rupees business. Just applying this one strategy. Imagine if every lost customer walk-in could be converted into a recovered sale, how much potential it is there. How much potential it is there. It's a very, very powerful tool, guys. It's a very, very powerful tool. Is recovery mastery clear? If recovery mastery clear, type RMC in the chat box. Recovery mastery clear. Very nice. Very nice. Next one is retention. Next one is retention, because you must know what's happening. You remember I made one sentence today. One of the reasons the customer don't buy from you is what? Because they don't remember you. How to ensure you are in touch with them, you are in contact with your customers? Occasional reminders. What is the tool? Insights are what? Customer don't buy jewelry because of your season. They buy because of their reasons. And their reasons are what? Wedding, birthdays, anniversaries, festivals, milestones. If you track their occasions, you can control their demand. A retained customer is not just a buyer, they become your lifetime marketeer. A retained customer. But what happens if the retention is ignored? What happens? You tell me. What happens if you ignore the retention? Yes? No follow up, no reminders, no special treatment. The customer forgets you. The worst is this. The customer forget chalega, wo bhi chalega. The worst is the customer goes and buying from your competitor. That's the worst sale. And you lose not only that customer, but you lose those three referrals what you lost. And you lose that customer not only for single transaction, but you lose that customer for the entire lifetime value. So Shripal, what is the tool here? Here is the tool. Occasional reminder. Use WhatsApp API. Send a message. It could be on their birthday. It could be on their anniversary. Hi Sonia, wishing you a very happy anniversary as a small token of love. Here is a 5,000 rupees voucher to celebrate with a new piece from us with regards ABC Jewelers. Or you can send something like this also. Happy anniversary, Sonia. We have reserved a special gift. This will drive more conversion. We have reserved a special gift for you at ABC Jewelers. Visit this week and get this exclusive add-on. Warm regards. Boom. Simple thing like this. Even if we do it in the right way, it'll start producing phenomenal results. The problem with us is we are not in touch with our customers. We are just not in touch with your customers. Here is the question for all of you. How many of you don't have your customers live birthday or anniversary database? How many of you don't have it? You should have it. You should have it. One of the things you must do is either do it digitally or do it creatively, or you do it when the time if you are having face-to-face interaction. There has to be a separate role. It's called PRO or receptionist role, wherein every time a new customer comes, ask them what. Do you know there is a research? Tomorrow I'll go deeper into this, but there is a research which shows that an average jewelry buyer decides whether they want to buy from you or not within 7 seconds of entering your store. 7 seconds. Of course, they need the right variety, right size. That is incidental. But on an average, largely the judgment is made. कि करना है कि नहीं करना है. Now, in that 7 second, if we miss the bus, we miss the bus. So, what we should speak, how you should greet, how do you build that trust? Trust is the biggest currency in this business. Trust. Purity, transparency, pricing, trust. How do you build that? And once you start building it, that is the time you ask, okay, may I know what is the reason you are buying for? Is it for birthday, anniversaries, or gifting? No, no, no. Actually, it is my anniversary. Oh, awesome. Is it today or next Wednesday? Oh, actually, it is on Wednesday, but I wanted to plan early. Okay. Is it next Wednesday, next week? So that's on 11th of Feb. Yeah, fantastic. Beautiful. You are close to this date. Fantastic. Now they know it. Okay, this is the time. This is the time they want to have their anniversary. Make a note. Make a note on the birthday. Ask right question. If you ask the right question, 8 out of 10 will give you the details. Don't worry on the remaining two. Yeah, got it? Is this clear, guys? Is this clear? Because one of the jeweler in our Diamond Club followed the same strategy of sending just the anniversary reminders like this. Within 90 days, he was able to double his purchase rate. Just following religiously this. Customer starts because everybody likes to be celebrated. We are all human beings. We like to be celebrated, and they started posting their messages on social media, tagging the brand. Who gets benefited? You gets benefited. We have another very big jewelers from Pune, one of the largest one in Pune. They do something very interesting. They call the customer to their store and they actually order the cake and cut it. Yeah. So respective store manager, they drive this, but very interesting way to celebrate it. And when they come in, of course, there is some gift, and now it's jewelry, it's anniversary, birthday, they end up buying something. So it becomes very, very interesting affair, and both of you win. Can I ask you to do some action so that you can win? Yeah. Oh, Bluestone also does it. See, even Bluestone also does that. Can you think and write down three customer names right now whom you could call और मैसेज बिफोर यू कम टुमारो? कल आने के पहले ये करके आना है, असाइनमेंट है विथ अ स्पेशल रिमाइंडर. अगर एनिवर्सरी है वेरी गुड, बर्थडे है वेरी गुड. श्रीपाल, आई डोंट हैव एनिवर्सरीज एंड बर्थडे डेटा. नो प्रॉब्लम. आइडेंटिफाई व्हेन वाज द लास्ट टाइम दे परचेस. डेटा चेक करो. Call them. Hey, I was just going through this last database. While going through this, I realized it's been a while we have met, and it's been a while we have transacted together. So I just wanted to inform you that there are two ways you can do this. There is also called as, since now we are recovering them. Yes, if you want to recover them, yes, this is another best way I'm telling you. There are two ways. This is called sorry call also. You can say it's been a long time, you have not transacted. Certainly, it looks like there is some gaps from our side. All I wanted to tell you is sorry. That's it. And then once you say sorry, then don't speak. Let that silence be there. What do you think they are going to respond? Type that in the chat box. When you say this, what do you think they are going to respond? With right genuinity, with right authenticity, you said it. What do you think they will respond you back? Type that in the chat box. Type that in the chat box. क्या respond करेंगे? When you say genuinely from the bottom of your heart, bottom of your heart, that no, actually, there must be some gap or some miss from our side. I just wanted to genuinely tell you we apologize or we are sorry. No problem. They'll say, oh no, don't worry about it. No problem. No problem. I am out of. Yes, I'm busy right now, but I'll come. Yes. They will give the reason for not being in touch. Brilliant. Yes, brilliant. And then all you need to do is just book the appointment on that call. Once they say this, hey, don't worry about it. You tell me now how are things going. That is the time for you to strike it and book the appointment. Ask them to invite, lock the time on that call. Yes, Tanishk also does it. Look at this. All I am trying to tell you guys is a proven science. This is another best way to get them back. Second is to retain them, as I told you. Anniversaries, birthdays, or just call them. Normally, even if you don't have the data, tell them it's been a while. We have seen you. There's a new collection. Would you like to see? We would love to show you this Thursday this week or Friday this week works for you. Lock the time. तीन लोगों का करना है. How many of you are going to do this before you come tomorrow? How many of you are going to do this? Type big me in the chat box. Yeah, type me in the chat box. Before you come, think about three names. कल आने के पहले ही करना. And I'm telling you, this is all about action taking. I have seen jewelers producing magical results, which defies logic. But one thing was very common in all of them. They were massive action taker. आज बोला तो कल छाप दिया. There is, you remember BDML, what I said in the beginning, बिल्कुल दिमाग मत लगाना क्योंकि system proven है. Yeah, very good guys, very very good. Thank you so much. So explore that, and I'm going to show you now the next lever, how you can reactivate customers. Are you ready for the reactivation? So what did you learn? Recovery mastery, retention mastery. Let's go to the reactivation, which means पुराने कस्टमर, ओल्ड कस्टमर्स को अपन वापस कैसे लेके आए. हाउ डू यू गेट देम बैक? One of the strategy I already shared with you. Yes, one of the strategy I already shared it with you, because how many names and numbers do you have of people who once came to your business but did not buy after that? How many of you have this data ready? What is the size of your database? Can you just approximately write what is the size of your database? In last 10 years, how many number of customers have you served? Type that in the chat box. 500,000, 10,000, 1 lakh, 10 lakhs, how many? 50 lakhs, what is it? In last 10 years. Total number of customers served approximately. Total number of customers served approximately. Yes? Okay, 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 okay. Beautiful. So now you have the data. Yes, now you have the data, because most jewelers think that these leads are dead. But as you know, the truth is, in every dormant lead, it's a sleeping gold waiting to be mined if you do the right job. How many of you realize this? Because most jewelers never touch their old leads. जो एक बार दो बार एक साल दो साल हो गया, वो leads को भी touch नहीं करते. They don't even target them. But do you realize that? How many of you realize this? ये सेम लोग हैं जो इन्होंने आपके ऊपर ट्रस्ट किया. दे ट्रस्टेड यू, दे ट्रस्टेड योर बिजनेस, दे केम, दे शॉप फ्रॉम योर प्लेस. दैट्स लाइक हाफ द बैटल इज ऑलरेडी वन. That's like saying half the battle is already won. And if you reach out to them right in the right way, they will come back. Not only that, they will bring their family members also. That's where the real magic happens. Biggest blunder is ignoring the dormant customer database. How many of you get that? Yeah. If you got that, type GT in the chat box. I got that. That I cannot ignore my old database of dormant, even if they're dormant, I cannot ignore. Yes. Excellent. Beautiful. So what's the tool? It's called VIP comeback campaign. What you need to do is create workflows, whether it is festival invite or exclusive preview at a VIP event, or create an event, give them a reason to come, or as simple as local message in local language. We miss you message. Here is the format. Hello Sonia, we are hosting an exclusive Akshay Tritiya preview at ABC Jewelers. You are invited as our VIP guest. You will get the first access to our new collection before anyone else. Can I reserve your spot? Now here you can say you will get access to your new collection. This is one option. Second option is give them the offer what they cannot refuse. Like what if you give them the offer that if you buy the gold today, you know what? I'm going to cover you for next upside or downside of this for next 30 days or for next 15 days, for next 7 days. It's like a price guarantee window. If you buy from us in next 7 days, even if the rate goes down, I'm going to cover you up. Star mark up to 1%, up to 2%. But you will recover that customer back. How many of you got a crazy idea just now? Yeah. Type crazy BO in the chat box at what I just shared right now. If you do this in the current times, I'm telling you, you have no idea how many of the old customer you will be able to recover right now. How many of the old customer you will be able to recover it? Yes. VIP comeback campaign. Offer them something which they cannot refuse. That's the whole game. Yes, one of our diamond climber club member from Mumbai, he had 72. He activated 72 dormant customers with the message which was sent 7 days before Akshay Tritiya. What I just showed you. You have to also time it right. Question for all of you: can you write down the number of dormant customers you have? आपका database आपके पास है. You know it, and now you know how much to multiply that by. Type that in the chat box. By what percentage you need to multiply that? What percentage you need to multiply? 7 percentage. Very good. Because that's your hidden treasure. That is exactly your hidden treasure. Reactivation. Once you start doing this, once you start working on your recovery game, once you start working on your retention game, and once you start working on your, what is the third one? Reactivation game. That's where the real magic happens. How many of you understand? Quick wins again will give you immediate profits, but without systems, you slip back. Yes? If you got it, type yes in the chat box. Fantastic. Fantastic. So, what did we discuss today? What is the opportunity in front of me as a jeweler? What are the top 6 cardinal mistakes which most jewelers do? Running a shop, not a brand. Owner is the only system, no digital sales engine. Selling on price, not on value. Weak teams and no accountability. And lastly, no clear goals or roadmap to drive the growth. Then we did something very powerful, which is actually doing the live profit audit. Looking at how much money are you losing because of discounting and negotiation traps, overstocking and dead inventory. Because हमारे पास, in our diamond club, there are jewelers who are scaling and still having a stock rotation of 4.5, 4.5. And I have seen average jewelers having a stock rotation of only 1.3, 1.5. Wastage in production, low ticket client focus, non productive staff, overhead management, no system for follow up. This is a big one. Lost walk in, lost inquiries, and low pricing power because you're not working on the branding game. And you calculated, because of this 9 reason, how much money is lost every single month. You also identified what are your top 3 leaks. So now you know tomorrow, once you go back to work, where you need to focus. And you calculated your total annual loss in profit currently. Yes. If you work on that, you can actually get that much of an additional profit. You did that. And then we did something which is very powerful, which is all working on profit multiplication framework. What is the name of the framework? 3R framework. What is the first R? Recovery mastery. Second R, retention mastery. Third R, reactivation mastery. Recovery mastery is for what? Lost client. Retention mastery is for whom? Existing client. And reactivation mastery is for whom? Dormant client. What is the percentage recovery here? 15%. What is the percentage recovery at retention stage? 30%. And what is the percentage recovery here at reactivation? 7%. Then I give you one tool each. Recovery mastery for what? 7 days sorry call. Retention mastery, occasional reminder. And reactivation mastery, VIP comeback campaign. If you have to give me one word or one phrase for all the learning you have had today, type that in the chat box. If you have to give me one word or one phrase for all the learning you have had, type that in the chat box. Type that in the chat box. One word or one phrase you have to give me for all the learning you have had, type that in the chat box. Realization, super, fantastic, realistics, super से ऊपर, okay, super duper, money love speed, pull up bulb on, amazing insights, mind blowing, amazing insights, amazing eye opener again, clarity, mind blown, fantabulous, vision, mapping is important, clarity, realistic, Wow, wow. Wide vision and scope, clarity, profitability. Yes, mind blowing, customer database, gold mine. Yes, opportunity knocking the door, knowledge. Wow, wow, wow. While you are all typing this, I want to ask you, tomorrow's day is going to be magical. We are going to switch the gear and move more into the expansion part of business. It's going to be all about strategy and system is what we profitable strategies, and I'm going to show you live examples of jewelers who we have implemented this. I'm also going to decode what kind of systems you need to build in your jewelry game so that you can free up from your operations. Yeah, here is the question. Tomorrow the workshop gets over. Yes, tomorrow the workshop gets over. How many of you would want me to help you and handhold you to continue this journey moving forward? Yes, I want you to type this. If you want me to help you by becoming a part of our Diamond Club, I want you to type DC in the chat box. Yeah, if you are serious about it, type DC in the chat box, DC for Diamond Club. If you are genuinely interested to work together to take your game, whether you are into D2C, B2C, B2C, or B2B, doesn't really matter, but genuinely interested to take your game to next level and multiply profits, that too on autopilot, while building powerful magnetic brands. Type DC in the chat box. Type DC in the chat box then. Yes, DC for Diamond Club. Okay, okay, okay. So everything, yes, as I mentioned, everything with regards to all the detailing of that, and it is not a recorded course, it's a high impact, it's a premium mentorship. How it is done, what is the duration, what is the timing, what is the investment, all of that I will be sharing it tomorrow. I don't want to I want to do justice to the topic today because I already promised you we will be doing live Q&A. Yes, live Q&A. So tomorrow's day is going to be big. We will start sharp at 6 o'clock. Do not be late because we have a lot of ground to cover tomorrow. Join by 5:45. Enjoy the music, be in the zone, be in the right intention, right intensity, so that you are ready to absorb. Yes. So tomorrow, what time do we meet? Type that in the chat box. Yes. Join by 5:45. Join by 5:45, everyone. Excellent. Excellent. So, team, can you just drop the question link in the chat box so that they can ask the question? Yes. Can you just drop the question form? Yes. Yes. So, team, I just dropped the question form in the chat box. We're going to go for a few more minutes and ask me question about anything what you learned today or anything you want to ask. Yes, let's see how many questions which we can cover up today. Yes, let's see how many questions which we can cover up, and let's go full steam. I'll be make your question very crisp to the point so that we can cover up as many questions as we can. Yes, ready for this? Here you go. Once you have asked, type form filled in the chat box or question ask. Okay, let me just open this and take one question at a time. So, Shweta, your question is, since you are into e-commerce, how do we really calculate? Very easy, Shweta. So all you need to calculate is how many sessions do you have on your website? Yes. Your first lever is that. Second lever is how many add to carts are happening. Third lever is how many initiated checkouts you have. And fourth lever is what are the total number of paid orders. Got it, Shweta? You track these numbers. This is where the real e-commerce gold lies. Yeah. We work with tons of brands in this space. So this is what you need to calculate. Got it? Chirant, do you have RRR strategies? Yes, I just mentioned Chirant. Yeah. I just mentioned this is exactly what you need to follow. Yeah. Track your session to add to cart to initiated checkouts to paid orders. Chirant, got it? And then you got to build, Chirant, then the other thing is you got to build a retention funnel, yeah, which is a very, very core part. You got to build a 6 step retention funnel, especially if you are selling an online to your customers. How to remain in touch, and there has to be a full sequencing. At X point this should go, on this day this should go, on this day brand story should go, on this day this should, there has to be complete plan, yeah. And it should not be all about just sale and more sale, buy one get one, 50% discount on making charge, ये नहीं चाहिए उसमें, yeah. Got it. What you need to track: session to add to cart to initiated checkouts to paid orders. Yuvraj, how to cope up with, yes, fluctuating gold rate? Very good question, Yuvraj. I already gave you the hack. One of the hack I already gave you. Yeah, this is like I did a 3 hour dedicated session for our Diamond Club members last Monday, day before yesterday, exactly on this topic. That how do you take the benefit of these fluctuating prices and scale more than what you would scale when the market is stable. Every adversity brings an opportunity, yeah. One of the hack I already gave you, that give them a limited time window. In that window you tell them, even if they buy, if the prices drop, we will cover you up, yeah, we will cover you up. But market, it cannot be an open ended, limited to 1%, 2%, 3% based on the how much margin you have. Got it, Yuvraj? How to scale up staff? Ratnesh, tomorrow I'll be discussing the system for that, yeah? Staff management. Is that cool if we discuss that tomorrow, Ratnesh? Can you tell me the name of the software company for inventory management, CRM? Kailash, there are many. So there are, if you want an ERP, there are many, from Jwelly to Ornet NX to Prime to Synergize. Yes, there are, to Acme Padma. There are many ERP. You need to take their demo and then decide whom you want to work with. Yeah, Kailash, I gave you already 6 names. I need some systems tool as I'm clear with my vision but don't have the perfect tool and HR team. We know that I'll be covering system part tomorrow. I'll be talking about 4 systems tomorrow. Yeah. So is that okay if we take it tomorrow? Yeah. Please name good WhatsApp APIs. Most of them are good. You can pick anything from Interact to Golabox to AI Sensei to Vati. Yeah. If you want India support चाहिए थोड़ा कि कुछ भी हुआ फोन करना है, so there is a tool called as Golabox, GALLABOX, Rajendra. Yes. Dhawan, how to kickstart my jewelry business? Real gold with, okay. So Dhawan, you need to work, since you have lesser stock, you need to work on digital catalog. There are many Diamond Club members whom we have who don't have a lot of stock, but they work on digital stock. They carry some stock, but rest all is digital. Yes, got it? Very good. Very good. Fantastic. Okay, so does location matter for showroom anymore? Oh, it does. It does. If you are into offline space, it does. If you are online, then it doesn't. Yeah. No, no, it does. It does matter. Samyak, ideally, it should be a right combination. UK will grow really fast if it's a great location and killer marketing, great marketing. That's an awesome combination. Yeah. Got it? I'm a boutique jeweler and I don't think walk-ins are there. Okay. And okay, we are only appointment basis. My customer base is elite, but I am handful, not how to aim, understand business from that. Yes, Mega, we work with, like, one of the brand which we work with is called Beyond Larissa. Yeah, very, very premium brand who is a part of our club. Another brand which we work with who is exactly like you is called 10th Dimension. Yeah, what is it called? 10th Dimension. Very boutique brand. It is completely on appointment basis only. It is not open for everyone and anytime. Ticket range starts from 3 to 6 lakhs plus. But there is a method to this madness. How to create it? If you are doing just as another boutique, then it's a struggle to get footfall. If you learn how to create this as a story, spin the story, learn about brand stories, and then create digital dominant strategies so that you are able to run the right campaigns and generate massive footfalls. That is how this game has to be scaled. Especially all boutique guys, this is what you need to follow. Got it? Mega? Yeah? We already working with bunch of folks in that space. Very good. Yes, Yuvraj, I already answered your question about the fluctuating gold rate. You got it. Don't, Maria, don't you think overall buying trend of gold has reduced? Okay. No, Maria, not at all. In fact, look at this, the way people are growing. We have so many of our Diamond Club members from Mumbai, from Nagpur, from Gujarat, from Delhi. You need to buy a gold, they have to wait outside the stores in heat and take the token, and people are doing that. This means it is not an issue. In fact, people are buying gold more than ever. In fact, entire world is buying gold more than ever. All the countries are buying gold more than ever. Yeah. So it is not an issue at all. If you are facing this, then we need to go back and introvert. What can I do? What I need to learn so that I am able to drive and sell more? Yes, Maria, got it? How to attract tier 2, 3 city buyers with modern approach. Aryan, this is exactly what I'm going to cover tomorrow. Yeah. Because tomorrow day is all about expansion growth, and I will be I will be revealing something crazy tomorrow, which is a strategy which is used for our internal club member. I'll be talking about one of the strategy, how you can, even if you are in a really, really small tier 2, tier 3 towns, how you can get people to queue up outside your store. Yes. Sir, I just started a pearls and gemstone jewelry band. I would like to ask, does the future of this jewelries look like in Indian market and international? Falguni, very big. We work with one of the leading pearl jewelry player from Hyderabad. They are called Jagdamba Jewelers. Yeah, they are a part of our Diamond Club too. Uh, and for they own farm to jewelry. Yeah, so they have a pearl farms, and they also sell it through their store. They also sell it online. So it's a very, very large space. Yeah, if you know Radhika and Darpan, they are a part of our club. Okay, very good. Are you from Hyderabad, by the way? Okay. Ratnesh, how to make business on autopilot. Ratnesh, by deploying system, this is exactly the topic for tomorrow. Is it okay if we cover it tomorrow? Shivangi, can we talk about online and starting from zero? Shivangi, if you are starting online, the first thing what you need to really do is to decode your niche. Don't try to be another jeweler. If you are launching online, you should find out how I can be the only purple cow in my category. Like one of the jeweler whom we have worked with in our, there are many, but let's say this is one of them. Let me show you this. So his name is Amit Jain from Mumbai. And all he told me when he came in the club was कि सर हमको ज्वेलरी में ऑनलाइन ब्रांड लॉन्च करना है, इतना ही था, बाकी कुछ नहीं था. Yeah, that's it. No idea. Only one thing कि online brand. So he came in the club, he discovered what is the profitable niche. So I asked him, why do you want to be another jeweler? There are so many others. We decoded it, narrowed it down, narrowed it down, narrowed it down. And I asked him one question, tell me what are the top three jewelers in India? He said, tuck like this, tuck, tuck, tuck. Then I asked him a few questions, and it was evident in one of the discussions which we had. He happened to mention about Mangal Sutra. And then I asked him how many brands are there in Mangal Sutra in India. There isn't any, zero, which you can name at the tip of your tongue. And that's how ये ब्रांड का लोगो भी नहीं था. Yeah, everything happened inside the Diamond Club. Can you see this? It's called, in fact, including the name, yeah, Ritwa, because Ritwa stands for rituals. Yes, Ritwa stands for rituals. Everything from naming to all the selection, collection, launch, every single thing happened. And the whole idea of smart gold, because अभी current pricing ऐसा है, so because of that I did not want him to focus and launch and then struggle. So we position it as a smart gold jewelry. Yeah, as a smart gold jewelry. Everything happened from product shoot से लेके सारा चीज online हुआ. To answer your question, don't try to be another jeweler online. In short, okay, learn how to decode a profitable niche. कहाँ पे जगह है जहाँ पे मार्जिन अच्छे, बिकॉज ऑनलाइन आप जब काम करते हो तो आपको एड भी रन करनी है. इट हैज टू मेक सेंस टू यू, द एड कॉस्ट वर्सेस द बिजनेस यू जनरेट, एंड यू शुड बी प्रॉफिटेबल. So you should find out what is the niche. Yeah, that's what we do is we give them the AI agents. There is a whole method to this. But once they come in the club, Shivangi, we give them the AI agents to decode this. So agent is also going to help them and identify what are the white spaces, what they can target. Yes, Shivangi, you got it? First is decode your niche. Second is validate the demand for your product before you launch. Third is don't sell products, sell your brand story. This is what I would say. Got it, Shivangi? If it is clear, type clear in the chat box. Ravi, inventory with limited inventory, how to. So, Ravi, it is never about the product. It is always about the story. If you are selling the product as product, limited inventory will be a challenge. But if you sell it as a story, you will be able to overcome it. Number one. Number two, answer for this is digital catalog. You can have some. We have bunch of folk. We have a jeweler whose name is Classic Cut from Mumbai. So not carrying too much inventory, carries basic catalog, basic collection. Everything else is digital. Yes, everything else is digital. Everything else can be customized. So you can do that and scale it also. Got it? Best ways to manage inventory of jewelries in a computerized manner and the pricing as it is getting. Yes, I already shared no Falguni many tools. 6 tools तो मैंने बता दिया है ज्वेलरी के लिए. ERP. Yeah, you can pick any. Q2, the gold loss in making, like you suggested, how do you account that? Mega, your question is not quite clear to me. Yes, if you can just refine that. Mandeep, I am a jewelry lover myself. Awesome. And have always praised for my collection. Brilliant. I have created my jewelry website landing page. Nice. Please guide on the flow of selling my products online via website and Instagram. Mandeep, you need to create, first of all, you need to start selling brand story, because if you sell it as a product, if you sell it as a gram, it will never work. It will never work. Then people will keep comparing prices, they will keep comparing making charges. It will not work. So like I showed you about Ritva. Yes, Mandeep, what segment are you into? Fine jewelry? What segment are you in? Quickly type that in the chat box, Mandeep. जल्दी से लिख देना. Yes, wedding pieces. Nice. Okay, so we have another brand who is a part of our club. She sells really high-end stuff. Yeah, I mean it's a very unique, eclectic design. This is not into wedding jewelry, but this is the space, right? Very eclectic collection, very unique designs, very premium brand, very luxurious positioning. The whole game is all about positioning. All I want to tell you is it's all about content. If you look at her Instagram page, you will get an idea. What do I really mean by this? Tomorrow I'm going to cover a part of this, how you should create your brand through content. Tomorrow I'm going to also cover through that. Yeah, got it now? Very good. But definitely it looks like you have a flair for it. That's your natural strength. Now ensure you learn the right way so that you are able to monetize it on your website. Yeah. Nagesh said, I am a retailer. You said to create value for customers. Okay, can you give an example? Many things, Nagesh, telling customer instead of, okay, I will ask you a question instead, Nagesh. Instead of selling jewelry, can you help them to buy jewelry? That's how you add value. That's how you add value. Instead of selling jewelry, help them buy jewelry. Don't say buy my jewelry. But when you help them to buy jewelry, okay, these are the current rates. What do you think about it? What is the best time? Instead of people are thinking whether the prices will go down or go up. Okay, I show them a 5 year graph of jewelry rates since 2021 to 2026, how the jewelry rates have gone up or down. And then I say, okay, are you going to use jewelry for trading? Is it a stock market? No. Are you going to use it for wealth creation? Good. Then look at this trend. So over a time, if you look at a 5 year horizon, then you've not lost money, you have only earned money, and you've got enough money. Where is the challenge? You have helped them take the decision, you have given them value. Here are the three mistakes people make when they are buying jewelry. Or I don't know whether you are into plain gold jewelry, Nagesh. If you are here, just tell me what segment are you in so that I can give you some examples. Yeah. Plain gold. Okay, both badhiya. So we have a jeweler from Kalyan, Pravesh Gold. You should check out his Rajendar's page. Yeah, he's also a part of our diamond club. Check out his page, how he's able to create content, right? Why people should buy, what are the mistakes they make. So these are the secrets. Here are the three myths. Create content around it, give them enough value. Got it, Ragesh? Shikha, benefits of Diamond Club and how can you join? All of this, Shikha, is this okay? I talk about it tomorrow. What are the benefits of Diamond Club? Is it okay if I talk about it tomorrow? Because I want to take as many questions as you can. Yes, I can. Yes. Tomorrow, once all the learning is done, then I will share that. Is that cool? How to get retail customers, Alok? That is exactly the scope for tomorrow. How to build funnel, how to get the customers, how to drive footfalls. ये सारी चीजें करने वाले कल. Yes, we are going to do all of this. Mandeep, how to get distributors for buying stock? By attending fairs, by attending exhibitions, by being in the game, by talking to people, by making yourself available. And if you want to use new age strategy, by running ads. And by so we have a jeweler whom we are working with from Surat. They are into lab grown diamond, yeah, and now they want to expand. So even for expansion for franchisee lead generation, um, I told them to kind of run, and this is working out beautifully well. So you can create content, run it as an ad, and start soliciting interest for becoming your channel partner. Got it, Mandeep? Sir, comparison is the biggest hurdle for me. Is there any particular mindset I should be following? Varat, just understand if you keep comparing in your mind, it is by far the most dangerous thing you are doing it for yourself and for your business. उसके पास इतना वीडियो मेरे पास नहीं है. मैं तो देखो वो बाद में आया मेरे पास, लेकिन इतना ग्रोथ हो गया उसका. What emotion are we operating out of? Are we operating from a very resourceful state, or we are operating from a state of lack of? It is a state of lack. He has it, I don't have it. He could do it, I couldn't do it. And these emotions will only pull us down. We need to operate from an upward spiral. We don't need to operate from a downward spiral. So the earlier you realize this, the realization itself should help you to transcend this emotion, yeah, and to get into right emotion zone. Got it, Varat? If you are here, type clear in the chat box, yeah. My business is through international exhibitions. How can I make it not seasonal and continuous? So make it, yes, exhibitions are there, but they are not there throughout the year, right? So you build, if you are able to build the right customer base, if you are able to build the right brand story, then even in India or outside of India, whether you are catering to Middle East market, US market, there are so many of them who are a part of our club who also do international exhibitions. So once you create the right kind of brand story, digital presence, and most importantly, retention funnel, get your existing customer to buy from you again and again and again and again and again. Somewhere that's the game for you. Yeah. So that you are not only dependent on new customer acquisitions and exhibitions. Somewhere got it? I'm a plain gold jewelry retailer. When you said value for customers, okay. This I already answered. Yes, I gave you multiple example, Nagesh. How to clear dead stock? First of all, getting the data. First of all, getting the data. Having a weekly review. कितना स्टॉक मेरे पास से 6 महीने से ज्यादा है, 1 साल से ज्यादा है, 2 साल से ज्यादा है. देन डिसाइड, पुट देम इनटू बास्केट ए बी सी. डिसाइड, देन टेक कॉल. ओके, ये बास्केट के नीचे वाला है, आई एम गोइंग टू पुट इट नेक्स्ट टू ऑल द न्यू कलेक्शन एंड ड्राइव मोर. जो 6 months to 1 year प्लस है, आई एम गोइंग टू इंसेंटिवाइज माई टीम टू सेल इट मोर. And if it is more than 2 hours, then if it is more than 2 years, then I'm going to do melting. Yeah. Decide the framework, Prince, and go for it. Got it? We have always been negotiating on price. Now, if we stop, will it not lead to client loss? No, it has to be done in a very creative way. You don't directly stop it, right? You don't directly stop. You start positioning it. Yes, you say, okay, if even if you even if you have to give it on the old stock, उसके लिए है, नए stock के लिए currently it is not there. There is no discount on this. The discount is on this. Slowly, gradually move them into the mindset. And Naren, what is going to help you achieve that state is to position yourself as a brand. जब उनको दिखेगा ना कि ये पुराने वैसे लोग नहीं है अभी, they have changed. Everybody is, in uniform. There is a branded feel, right? Everything is looking different. Automated. व्हाट्सअप्स आ रहे हैं आपके साइड से, एपीआई बेस्ड इंटीग्रेशन हो रहा है, रिटेंशन फनल बिल्ड हुए हैं. नाउ दे आर नॉट गोइंग टू लुक एट यू एज अनदर गली का ज्वेलर, बट दे विल स्टार्ट लुकिंग एट यू एज अ ब्रांडेड प्लेयर. गॉट इट नरेन? Awesome. My dad runs old ornament making business directly to the customer, but due to many gold showrooms have come, it has become difficult to get customers. What can we do? Tomorrow is your answer, Roshan. Everything about sales, traffic, lead generation. Tomorrow is the answer. Yes, I have a monopoly niche in India for last 15 years. Okay, okay. So Richa, just reach out to the team. Yeah, just reach out to the team. Team, can you just, yeah, you might have got a WhatsApp or message from the team, or just reply to the email. I just read your message. Mega, when you talk about your club, do those brands get hand holding for all sectors? And also, do you work on? Yes, absolutely. They get hand holding on all the sectors. Yes, B2B, D2C. It's a full thing, guys. So let me just give you, because there are so many questions which are coming on this. Let me show you something. So tomorrow I will show you, it's a community, guys. It is not one, yeah. It's a B2B, matlab business to business. If you are a manufacturer or a wholesaler, you are selling to a retailer, that is B2B business. If you are a shop and if you are selling to a consumer, it is business to consumer. It is called B2C. And third one is D2C, direct to consumer, wherein there is nobody in between. You are directly selling to consumer online. Got it? Mega, there is a whole strategy. There is a playbook. When you should melt. We have built a tool. We have built a framework. When you should melt, when you should keep, when you should repurpose, when you should redesign, and when you should incentivize, and when you should just keep it there. All of this is there covered under Operation Mastery in Diamond Club. Yeah. Tomorrow I'll talk more about it once you. Autopilot Mastery में आता है कि इन्वेंट्री को इतना स्ट्रीमलाइन कर लो कि इन्वेंट्री का सोचना ही नहीं पड़े, पूरा फोकस बिजनेस ग्रोथ पे रहे. Got it, Mega? All right, guys. So it's already okay. We'll take maybe a couple of more questions, and then we'll call it a day. Abhishek, can I get a chat? Yes, you can take the screenshot, Abhishek. Mridul, Mega, I answered your question, right? On both the side, hand holding, and also do you work on profit? Yes, profit growth. There is a dedicated module, 3 days, only for profit growth. मैं तुमको शॉर्ट में बताता हूँ. आपका प्रॉफिट ग्रो कैसा होता है? आपके पास फुटफॉल बढ़ना चाहिए. आपका प्रॉफिट ग्रो कैसा होएगा? आपका कन्वर्जन रेशियो बढ़ना चाहिए. आपका प्रॉफिट कैसा ग्रो होएगा? आपकी एवरेज ऑर्डर वैल्यू बढ़नी चाहिए. आपका प्रॉफिट कैसा ग्रो होएगा? जब आपके पास सेम कस्टमर बार बार आएगा साल में, ट्रांजैक्शन पर कस्टमर पर ईयर बढ़ना चाहिए. और आपका प्रॉफिट ग्रो कब होएगा? तब आपका ग्रॉस मार्जिन बढ़े. ये 5 पैरामीटर है. इन डायमंड क्लब दिस इज लाइक अ 3 days डिस्कशन. फुटफॉल ग्रो करने के लिए देर आर मोर देन 30+ स्ट्रैटेजीज. कन्वर्जन इंप्रूवमेंट करने के लिए 20 to 30+ स्ट्रैटेजीज. एवरेज ऑर्डर इंप्रूव करने के लिए 30 to 40+ स्ट्रैटेजीज. सो वेरी वेरी फोकस्ड. गॉट इट? नाउ दैट्स व्हाट यू आर आस्किंग, राइट? द प्रॉफिट ग्रोथ. Abhishek, I already answered your question. Mridul, we've been into retail gold, silver, artifact. Okay, for 40 years. How should we move to launch an online brand? Don't try. Mridul, in one word, I have to tell you is don't try to launch everything together. Be unique and launch something unique in online world. Yeah. Don't try to be just another me too, because then you are just one among the other. Not easy to crack the code. Like, let's say we have someone who is selling online, right? Her brand is called as Flying Fish. Hmm? She used to work with Amrapali as a lead designer, as a jeweler, as a designer. Sniffed and then Amrapali, and then she started her own brand called as Flying Fish. She does silver jewelry, really cool design, very, very cool design, yeah. But the focus is all about designer silver jewelry. So identify what is the gap, what is your strength, and then focus on that model, yeah. Then the chances of success are very high. Prince, how to clear dead stock? I already answered. Please explain how to clear. ये भी बोला मैंने already. Okay, 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 guys, fantastic. I wish I could keep going on and on and on, but I think we have already covered a lot of questions. It's almost 9:17. I don't want to take more time than this for yours, but want to thank you so much for staying till the end. Tomorrow is going to be a big day. Join on time, be in the zone, and come prepared to take massive action. Till then, take care of yourself. Stay hydrated. Don't forget the assignment. First assignment is calculate the total profit loss, profit audit, what you did today. Amplified, identify what are the top three profit leaks. Second thing is between all three things what we talked about: recovery, retention, and reactivation. Which is the three out one out of three what you need to really focus on? Identify that. Third, when it comes to retention, how many customers you are going to call before you come tomorrow? Hello. How many customers are you going to call before you come tomorrow? Minimum, how many customers you are personally going to call? Yes? Very nice. Very nice. Fantastic, guys. Thank you so much. Yes? You're going to call these customers before you come. Excellent. And then let's do something magical tomorrow and take the game to next level. Till then, take care of yourself. I'll see you all. God bless you all. Bye bye.